Hello, 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 everyone. Hope you can hear me okay. We're trying something new tonight, so we may have some technical difficulties. If you are watching right now, there are two different versions of the live stream that are available. There is a shorts version, and there is a actual like regular stream version. If you're looking at the title of the video, and the title of the video has a vertical icon at the end of it, you're watching the vertical stream. It's very confusing. This is how YouTube does it right now. But if you want to view this in the normal style, all you have to do is go to the channel and look for the normal stream. It is a new thing that YouTube is allowing. So, yeah, I don't know. Let me check and see how this is working over here for everyone. Okay. So the vertical stream still says waiting. So let me go in now and see why that is. Let's see, shorts. Live. All right, so the shorts one is not working. Correct? Is that accurate, you guys? It looks like the shorts one is not working. Let me double check here. Yeah, it's not working. They introduced it as a feature and it's not working. So I'm not really sure what's going on. Let's see here. Show comments on stage. I don't know why that was turned off. Yeah. So I think let me just kind of spitball here. I think there's still a conflict. Like, I think the issue is that you can't be live on the same channel at the same time, no matter what. So the fact that they have not fixed that is a problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, for lack of confusion, I'm going to unlist these other ones. I don't know why it's not working, but it's not. So we're going to unlist it. Yeah, it has a vertical icon because it's supposed to be vertical. But it's not working. And so it's really confusing, I think, for everybody to have two streams up that have not started. And I don't want people going into those other ones and thinking the stream's not live. You know what I mean? Let's fix that. Content live. It's doing it for both channels. It just says scheduled. So let's do this. We're going to unlist it for now. Save. I'm going to do a little research. Hold on for a second, you guys. Let's see. Can you go live on the same channel, on the same YouTube channel as a regular stream and a short stream? It's probably going to say no. It says you can. I don't know why it's not. Why is it not live? Is the date wrong? I'm so confused. Wait, hold on. Is the goal wrong too? Hold on. Hold on for a second. No, it's 10 super chats. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just as lost as you are. They introduced a new feature. StreamYard is allowing it, but it's not working. It's not working. And also, I think it's caused an issue with viewership because a lot of people aren't in here right now because I think they saw that the stream wasn't live. It's scheduled for the right date, too. Oh, God. All right. All right. Anyway, it's not really a technical difficulty. I don't really care that much. I just thought it'd be really cool to go live on both formats because it was allowing us to do that. But it's not working. It's not working. So there's that. By the way, how's everybody doing tonight? It is Monday. It is Monday, and we might be getting snow here tonight. Probably gross, slick, nasty snow. Because it's not going to be cold the rest of the week. So I have a feeling it's going to be slushy, gross stuff. Let's see here. Is it snowing where anybody else is? All right. So we don't have any guests in the green room right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch some videos, see if anybody gets here. The main topics tonight are going to be Star Wars Starfighters, or Starfighter, and Predator Badlands. However, there is some news on Superman that we'll probably talk about first. But if you guys, let's go over all the normal stuff. We're still doing the contest. If you'd like to compete in the contest, all you have to do is chat. You get XP for chatting. If you would like to check your XP, you click on the top fans icon at the top to check your XP. You get XP for contributing to the chat, whether it be comments or emotes, emojis, all those things. It all counts. You get bonuses for super chats and super stickers. So if you want to do that to boost your XP, you can. But it literally costs nothing to participate in this contest. Next week, at the end of the week, I will reveal the t-shirt that I'll be giving away. So you guys will get to see the design on that. I'll sign that t-shirt, and I'm also going to be giving away 2 other items here that will be shipped to you in December. So if you'd like to participate in that, all you have to do is chat. You can also super chat, super sticker. That goes towards it as well for that contest. Secondly, the link for the Discord is pinned at the top of the chat. If you'd like to join the Discord, all you have to do is click that link. If it still works. If it doesn't work, let me know. I'll do an updated one. There's also a merch shop. If you want to buy some of my merch before the next set comes out in December, you can go ahead and do that. I'll be running a sale towards the end of the month. So if you want to bookmark it, you can do that as well. So there's a lot of ways you can help support the show. The Discord link is not working. Okay, so let's get a new one. Let's get a new one, you guys. Invite people. Copy. And here we go. This is the updated Discord link. If you'd like to join the Discord, click on that link to go over and join the Discord. There you go. Let me update it in my thing here. I don't know how to make evergreen Discord links. So, kind of a problem. To some degree, I guess. The goal tonight for Super Chats is 10 at any level. So even $1 counts. If you would like to Super Chat, it will not only help your XP, but it will also help support the show. And I will put up a poll for bonus topics. So as soon as we get to around the 45-minute mark, if we look like we're close to getting the goal, we'll do that. All right, let's do some shout-outs. We have some channel members in here. I want to give you guys some shout-outs for being here. Who do we got? Let's go back to the top here. We have Harrison. Good to see you, Harrison. Thank you for being a channel member. Jose is here. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, as always. Let's see here. Who else do we have? Thought I saw someone else. Oh, Cal here as well, channel member. Thank you, Cal. It just popped up on the screen. So I'm not sure if you re-upped it or if you upgraded your tier here, but thank you so much. Thank you so much, Cal. Everybody else, thank you for being here, for supporting the show. All right, so let's talk about Superman first. We're going to talk about Superman, and then we're going to watch a video together. Well, let's see here. Where's my Superman stuff? This is pretty crazy. I have not watched that yet. I haven't had a chance. I had a busy weekend. Today was my first day off in a while. So I just have not had a chance to watch it. It is on my watch list though for this week. So I will definitely be covering that. Maybe we'll talk about it on Thursday. It's a possibility. That's a possibility. Okay, why am I never organized? You guys, why? I need an assistant. Does anybody want to be my assistant? I'll try and pay you good to be an assistant if you would like. Where did it disappear to? Oh, God. I am so out of sort. I literally, right before the stream started, went through and picked out all of my stuff for topics. And now I can't find this fucking article. Hold on. Where's it at here? All right, here we go. This will work. This will work. It's good enough. I've got the information in another tab. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, Naruto. I'll read that in just a second. Superman, the James Gunn Superman, is officially the most successful Superman film in terms of net profit, sitting at 100 million plus and approaching 150 million globally when all is said and done this year. Now, this is a Forbes article. We do have a video we're going to watch in just a second that you guys, when you see who it is, you're going to be like, of course, right? Of course. So let's see here. All right, one of the things, so it's a Forbes article. A lot of it is locked behind a paywall. Let me go back up here and see what I got here. All right, so in the article from Forbes, because it's locked behind a paywall, we're going to go over some of the stuff that's said in it. So they talk about James Gunn building a long-term DCU cinematic universe. It notes that James Gunn and Peter Safran are leading the DCU and have plans for future films and series. Whoever buys Warner Brothers Discovery, this was an interesting thing to talk about. Whoever buys Warner Brothers Discovery should keep James Gunn and Peter Safran as co-CEOs of DC Studios and let them continue unimpeded in their plans for building up the DCU. I agree with this. I really enjoyed Superman. Obviously, I like Creature Commandos. I thought Peacemaker was a good season. The ending was a little rough, but I enjoyed like the first like 5 or 6 episodes of it. I just think they kind of dropped the ball at the end, but that doesn't mean that I don't have faith that James Gunn and Peter Safran can't do better. So for me, I think it's a good thing to keep them on board. The article also claims the film generated significant profits, over 100 million, had strong critical and audience reception, outperformed recent DCU films and even some Marvel films. It actually, still to this day now, as far as I know, outperformed Fantastic Four. It outperformed Fantastic Four. So that's a true statement. The article also talks about James Gunn's vision is not necessarily Justice League, but potentially a Super Friends type team. Super Friends? Sign me up for Super Friends. I am totally down for that. I'm a child of the 80s and early 90s because I was kind of a teenager in the 90s. I know that dates me a lot, but I love the Super Friends. I love those action figures. The toys were some of my favorite toys. So I am totally down with the idea of like a Super Friends style, cinematic team up. I would totally be okay with that. The Wonder Twins, absolutely. 100%. Let's see here. What else do they say in the article? Oh, yeah, they were like some people were speculating on Twitter about who was going to buy it. Some stuff in the article leans in towards maybe Apple buying bits and pieces of Warner Brothers Discovery. I wouldn't be mad about Apple, right? I wouldn't necessarily be mad because I have a feeling if Apple were to buy Warner Brothers or bits and pieces of Warner Brothers, we would still get some sort of a cinematic universe. They probably would Apple would just use Warner Brothers as that foundation for their film division. It makes sense, right? So I'd totally be okay with that. Apple also has a shit ton of money. So having Apple in charge of it, I think would be a really good choice because they wouldn't be bound by that bullshit that we talked about from Paramount, which by the way, we got to talk about it. Paramount actually, there was a statement made about this. Let me see if I can find it. There was actually a statement made by Paramount about Warner Brothers. And it's something like they don't need Warner Brothers. Something along those lines. Hold on. Let me double check this. I have to double check this quote because here it goes right here. So David Ellison, you guys remember we talked about this, right? David Ellison, bad choice for Warner Brothers. Bad fucking choice. Full stop. David Ellison downplays Paramount's need to acquire Discovery. When I read this initially, I was like, I need to read it a few more times to try and take it in because I'm not totally sure exactly what's being said here. But this brings into question a lot of the stuff we've heard in rumors and things like that. Jake just popped in. So Jake is here.
Yo, whoa,
welcome.
What the hell are these two screens I'm seeing?
You can hide it. Just hide it. It's they made it so now you can stream to both shorts and desktop.
Oh,
but it doesn't really work. You missed all the drama earlier.
Oh, YouTube doing something that doesn't work. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, well, it had both of them scheduled, but I think when you schedule them, it doesn't work right.
Oh, it kind of clashes with each other.
Right, because it thinks that you're trying to stream two things at once and it will only stream one. So the shorts streams didn't come on. So my next test is probably sometime this week. I will go live, like just start up a live stream without scheduling it to see if that works. And if that does work, that means that we can't schedule streams right now because I'm thinking that's probably what it is. So
well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Am I the only one in so far?
So far, yeah, 100%.
What's up, Chris?
We were just talking about there was a Forbes article that talked about the success of Superman and how it's almost at $150 million net profit right now, which is one of the most profitable films from the DC.
And people are still trying to say it flopped.
Oh, we're gonna watch a video here in a second.
Oh, I know what video you're talking about.
Yeah, we're gonna watch it. Yeah. Gonna watch it. Anyway, before we watch that video, though, we do have a super chat. Which, by the way, if you guys want to super chat, any super chat counts towards the goal tonight. We're looking for 10 super chats.
Oh, by the way, over here, over in my neck of the woods, we are right now. As I'm looking at my window, we have our first snow of the season right now. We're
probably going to get a little bit of snow tonight too.
Yeah, but it came to us pretty early because I was standing out on my porch, and then all of a sudden, I looked over and there were puddles on the ground. I'm like, it's not raining. I looked up and I go, oh, that's not rain.
Well, the thing is also it's going to be like 70 degrees this week here, so I don't think the snow is going to stick around for very long.
Yeah, so I think it's supposed to start cold this week, but then it'll get warm later.
Yeah, it's going to be in the 70s this weekend here, so I don't think it's going to last very long. Michael, channel member, thank you so much. Watching live or VOD by clicking the like thumbs up button helps the channel and bring on the Super Friends movies and toys. I agree. That's one of the things the article says was that they were trying to, James Gunn wants to do a Super Friends type film instead of a Justice League type film.
I mean, you know, I was going to say Superman was basically Super Friends.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look, Omega has joined and we have a dog on cam.
That's his mascot.
Yeah. So let's hear what David Ellison has to say before we listen to the video where they talk shit about Superman.
Omega, is that a malt poodle mix?
Nah, Bichon.
Okay. I'm curious because my brother's got a malt poodle mix that looks almost identical to that dog.
All right, so I don't think Paramount is going to get Warner Brothers, and this is the beginning of them trying to downplay it. I think there's some higher bidders out there, or Warner Brothers doesn't want to. They don't want. They're non-consensually, being touched by Paramount. Paramount is doing some bad touch. So I think that's what's happening here. It's important to know there's no must-have for us. Oh, okay. We really look at this as a buy versus build, and we absolutely have the ability to build up to get where we want to go. In other words, fuck you, Warner Brothers. We believe we can achieve our streaming goals and that we can drive enterprise efficiently and create value and long-term free cash flow generation all through the building. You know what he's not mentioning there? Content. Like,
yeah, like fuck content, right?
So you're not going to talk about like anything other than money and growth?
That's all I care about.
Yeah,
all
really.
I care about. I've always said that for me, one of the big issues I have with these studio heads or anybody in the top end, board of directors, investors, whatever, they don't give a fuck about quality. They don't give a fuck about the fandoms. And I've said this from the beginning. Like when people talk about these companies virtue signaling and all this bullshit, they don't care enough to virtue signal.
No.
They don't care enough.
They only care enough to the fact that it brings in money. They think, oh, these people care about this bullshit, so let's just push that out to them and see if they'll give us money for it.
Yep,
right,
but these suckers down here that are working below us, they'll do all the hard work. We just need to care about what brings in the dollar.
Yeah.
But for me, a virtue signal implies that they're trying to play up to somebody's values. I don't even think they give a fuck about that, to be honest.
No.
Nope, they'll give a fuck if the value has dollar amounts. They'll give a fuck about it.
Who cares about making an actual good product as long as it is buy it? Who cares? That's why they're pushing this AI stuff, because investors think this is the next big thing.
Oh my God. I saw an AI video today. We got to watch this AI video in a minute. Y'all got to see it.
So they push all this AI bullshit. It's ass. We all say it's ass, but investors think it's cool. So they're going to pander to investors.
We keep giving
we're
it
not the
attention.
customers they are.
Well, Australia literally just banned it.
Good.
They literally just banned AI for any kind of like artistic stuff. So if you're a company that wants to put an AI movie out in Australia, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Even the people who are bashing it and saying it's slop, like, we all are, like, a lot of the people that are doing that, the higher and higher that number gets, that's still giving it attention. So they're thinking, oh, AI is getting some traction. People are talking about it. We don't care what they're saying, but it's getting recognition. So that means make more of it. I wish that would just stop, but, the world doesn't work that way.
Yeah, I'm happy. Look, Ree says I'm pretty proud of that. Yeah, I'm happy that Australia is pushing back. I don't have an issue. I've said this a million times, but I want to reiterate this before we finish reading this tweet. I don't care about Bobby Billy Smith online making a video of himself turning into a mermaid. I don't give a fuck about that. To me, that doesn't mean shit. I care about large companies using AI in place of actual artists. That's what I care about. So if AI wants to stick around on Facebook or fucking Twitter or whatever, and people want to make dumb videos, I don't care. Nobody's losing work because of that. But if you're doing it on the corporate side of this, when companies are doing this, it is costing people jobs, and it's fucked up.
So what if Billy Bobby Smith self-identifies as a mermaid? Then what?
I mean, with AI, anything's possible, I guess, with AI. So yeah.
Now about that Arc Raiders game, apparently yes, they were using AI, but the people working there were using their own voice as the model for the AI. So in that case, I really don't care. It's like, okay, they're just using it as a tool.
It still came from in-house.
Yeah. They're not like just ripping someone else's voice off. Yeah, we'll just use this, or like ripping some other voice actors who didn't agree to it.
What I tell you guys, in my mind, I just can't wait to get to this video reaction because it's so bad. It's so bad.
I may have seen it when you were talking about. But
I think a lot of people have seen it, but I have to because the guy's a clown. As it relates to M&A, everything for us is going back to tie back into, does it accelerate those core principles? What are your core principles? What are the core principles? I mean, can you give us more? We're fortunate that we have balance sheet to be able to be opportunistic when we think the M&A will accelerate our goals. But as long as a merger and acquisition is what M&A means. But we're also long-term disciplined owner operators. There's no mention of anything related to quality or fans or anything there. That is speaking directly to investors. Mm-hmm. That's all that is. That is Wall Street talk. Nobody gives a fuck about this in the real world. They don't. I've said this before. When I get on here and we have to talk about numbers, which we do because that's what people want to know, it bores me to tears because I want to talk about the quality of something and the financial like Superman making 150 million in profit is great for the studio because that means they're going to invest more in Superman, but it doesn't mean jack shit for us. It doesn't mean jack shit for us. We've already seen the movie.
Like we all have our own opinions about how these things go over, but numbers is like the one objective variable that you can't debate.
Yeah, I kind of see it as the gauge of, oh, this did well. Maybe we might get more of it.
Yeah.
All right, let me get this video ready over here. So apparently the #1 James Gunn hater on YouTube.
That one dumbass who said he was going to pull up.
No, not that guy, but that's a good one. So yeah. No, that was a bad one.
That's a whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. Let's pull this up because I have to clown on this because this is one of the dumbest. I get so tired of people on YouTube saying "trust me, bro" on everything. It's really, really fucking annoying.
Yeah, trust.
So we have Aaron Fisher here. The title of this video is Superman made the studio 150 million in profit with exclamation points. But I can guarantee you that he's not going to be talking positively about it. So we're not going to watch the whole thing because usually about after the 2 or 3 minute mark, it becomes just rambling. But let's hear what he has to say to refute this statement from the studio.
Not this fool.
Hey everybody, I am back with a brand new DC update, and I almost did this video yesterday, but just did not have the time to do it. I'm going to be
okay, here's a little word of advice to you and anybody that makes videos. We don't give a fuck about that. Just start your video out with whatever it is you want to talk about. Maybe crack a little joke or something. I don't give a fuck if you had to get groceries yesterday. I don't care if you had to mow the lawn. I don't care if you didn't go to the dentist. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Just start the video off talking about your shit. That's all we give a fuck about.
very busy this week, but I am going to get videos out. I guarantee it.
No one cares, bro.
DC update tomorrow. But today I wanted to talk about one specific subject, and it has to do with Forbes. There was an article that they put out yesterday that states that by the end of this year that Superman will have profited Warner Brothers $150 million, which I can tell you right now is a straight up lie.
Okay. I want to say this before he even gets to say any more, and I have to reiterate this. It is highly illegal for a studio to officially say they've made money they haven't made. There's a million different reasons why. I've gone over this in multiple videos. If you are an investor, say for example, Jake invests in a project that I'm working on, right? And Jake, I tell Jake, hey, I need $10 and we're going to make $20 in profit off of this project. And then Jake gives me $10 and then I go out and go, oh, we made $50 in profit. But then Jake is like, well, you only gave me 20. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. What the fuck is wrong with that? And then you end up in court over that. They can't lie about this. If this is an actual representative of the studio, which as far as we know it is, you cannot lie about it. It is illegal. It's fraud. It's also illegal with the investors, like I just said. It's misleading to the public. There's no reason. And on top of that, they've already greenlit other projects. So you're saying that not only are they lying about the money that they've made, but they also decided we're going to make even less money and lie about it by greenlighting projects that nobody's paying for. Where is this magical money coming from then? Where are they getting the money from? They're making movies on farts? I don't know. The money has, would you, Jake, if you were doing something and you're like, shit, I did this thing and I lost $10 on it. Let me do this thing 5 other times and lose more money. Does that make any sense to you?
By that point, what money would I have to lose?
Exactly. So why would a studio keep investing in a property like DC if the Superman project lost money for the studios? It doesn't make sense.
You can just stack the two numbers up against each other and determine whether it lost or it didn't. It is that simple. It takes 2 Google searches max.
Well,
two people are lazy.
Let's see if he has proof. I'm curious because he says, trust me. He knows. Okay, so let's see what proof he has.
The guy recording in a closet. Trust him.
Yeah, let's see.
It's a fabricated story. First of all, the author has no sources. None.
Okay.
0.
All right, so let's go look while
How many
he's sitting
sources
here.
do you have, huh? How many sources do you have?
All right, let's go over here.
0, I'll take it all back.
Let's see. I'm scrolling down here. Forbes locks a lot of things behind a paywall, so I might not be able to find this, but let me look.
That's a great freeze frame, by the way.
Who's freezing? Is it me?
No, this.
Oh, hold on. Let me look. Oh, let's see. I hope I'm on the right article.
We're dropping the shitter. Well, Chris, is that why the shitter was full over at the Griswold house?
Okay, so the 150 million. All right, so the reason why this article doesn't need to cite sources is because it's using information that we already have. We already have this information. We know how much it was supposed to make in profit based on statements made by the studio previously. So that's why there's none. I'm reading it here. It says Superman also earned universal critical acclaim and high audience scores, as well as a strong streaming numbers and home entertainment sales and rentals. The film will have generated significantly more than 100 million in profits and approaching 150 million globally when it's all said and done this year. So let me go to Box Office Mojo here. All right.
You know how hard they would get lambasted for lying about that? If any of that was false, you know how hard.
Well, someone would say no. The studio would come out and be like, "That's not true." If that were in fact not true, they would say it's not true. But let me double check here. All right.
Y'all know I'm not Devontae. Yes, I just have a robe on.
Wait, was someone saying that and I missed it?
No. I just looked down there and like, holy shit. I was like, holy crap, I look like that dude from Instagram who talks about like porn stars like they're NBA players. It's quite funny.
Well, I mean, they both play with balls a lot, so.
All right, so looking at Box Office Mojo, it did make 616 million worldwide, right? So that's what they're talking about. The 100 to 100 million profit, additionally on top of that, or the 150 million, is because on streaming at home, the current estimate is between 50 and 100 million estimate at home. So the article isn't citing a source because they're using the current metric for this. So that's why there's no source cited, because you don't need a source. All you have to do is look at the sales and then look at the projections for at-home VOD releases and put those together, and that's what you're getting. There's no reason for a source. There's no reason for a source. All right, let's continue.
We have to.
They're not telling you where they're getting this information.
They don't have to. I just looked it up. You can look it up yourself.
They had just done an article about a month ago where they talked about how there was a 42 to 47 million loss on Superman. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, the studio has been dishonest from day one.
Well, this isn't the studio. It's not the studio. If there is no source, then it's not the studio.
No one's saying it.
So he's saying the studio has been dishonest. So if the studio is being dishonest, what does that have to do with an article written without sources? Nothing. It has zero to do with that.
Honest.
I'm telling you, they're lying about the numbers. The budget.
Who is they? Forbes? You said studios. You have to prove Forbes is a liar Because Forbes, you said there was no sources.
See, he's being ambiguous. He's leaving out a they. He's using a broad term they as to not directly name anyone.
But he also said that Forbes said they lost 42 million. So we're supposed to believe one thing and not the other? I don't understand.
It was higher than they claim it was. The marketing is higher than they claim it was. But
based on what? How do you know the marketing is higher? Do you have a magic ball that can tell you the marketing was higher?
What do you have to go off of for that?
Well, there's only the rule of thumb, which we know isn't true. Look, let me explain to you guys how marketing works. Marketing is not per movie. If you look at the quarterly statements, you'll never see the box office numbers or the marketing for films. The reason why is films get a bubble budget per quarter to apply to all of their films coming out. So you never know exactly how much it is. It's a rule of thumb. So he doesn't know. No one knows because the only people that would know are the finance offices in the studios that are running the marketing division. And even then, it's like basically a spitball number because they're doing things like partnerships with Burger King or Pizza Hut or something like that, Mountain Dew. Yeah. It's really hard because it's not one, like they're not, what happens when you make a movie? Like the studio makes the movie and then they look at their total budget for the quarter and they go, okay, we're going to allocate these funds towards these projects. And then we're going to see how much we can save here and there because your marketing is considered a calculated loss. Essentially,
a lot of their marketing budget for their distribution rates, there's a big chunk of it that just goes into theater distributions, not even other chains related to their marketing. A sizable chunk that is just theaters. It's larger than people think it is.
Well, when you run a business, you understand that marketing is not something you expect to get on return. You don't. I've been running a business for 30 years. When I go on Facebook and I pay for a Facebook ad and I put $10 in it, I don't expect to get that $10 back. It's a calculated loss. It's a loss leader really for your business because you know that marketing just kind of goes away. Your hope with the marketing is that you get good word of mouth and then you don't have to think about the marketing number. So the studios don't factor marketing into loss. Only these guys do.
Yeah.
That's why they never talk about it.
These outlets are just going based off of the numbers that Warner Brothers gave them.
Because there's no other numbers to look at. I mean, well, like if Warner Brothers didn't tell us anything, we'd have no numbers. That's why it says estimated. Who else is going to tell us the numbers? Disney? Is Disney going to tell us? Are the numbers in the room with us right now? Like, how are we going to get the numbers? Like, Warner Brothers is the company that would tell you because it's their fucking movie.
This fool makes my brain hurt.
They're not true. We're going to find out years from now.
How? Like, if you're going to, like, if your claim is that they're lying, then it is your burden. The burden of proof is on you to prove they're lying. Just saying they're liars doesn't tell me anything.
Yeah, why would you have any credibility then?
And mark this video. We're going to find out years from now what the true numbers are.
Nobody gives a fuck about marking your video, bro. Like, this is YouTube. Nobody gives a fuck. Just like, no, not really. Like, I wouldn't even tell people to mark my videos anymore. Like, don't mark my videos for that kind of stuff. Like, if you remember I said something and I was wrong, please don't mark my videos.
And it's going to be way worse than what they're saying it is now.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Do you know how much? First of all, let's talk about why Forbes is saying this. Okay. They're saying,
but I thought the studio was the one doing it. Now it's Forbes. Now it's Forbes. Now it's Forbes saying it. Okay.
That because of the video on demand and the merchandising, the toys,
right,
and the sales of the movie on physical media are going to bring it to a $150 million profit by the end of this year. Okay. You're telling me it went from a $50 million deficit to a $150 million profit?
I mean, yes. I mean, literally that can happen. Like, I don't understand. Does the math not work for you? First of all, merchandising is one of the most lucrative aspects of releasing a film and a TV show. You make so much more money off of all the merchandise than you do off of the sales of the tickets. Like, I mean, like, do you not understand? Look behind you, bro. The answer is right behind you. It's on the fucking wall behind you.
There's your merchandising right there.
It's literally behind you, man.
Yeah, it's funny you should say that. So y'all remember Spaceballs, which they're coming out with a part 2 soon.
Yeah.
George Lucas was actually okay with the parody, except that he said Mel Brooks couldn't do the merchandising because that's
Right.
where the actual money is.
The
He was
money is
doing
in
everything else
merchandising.
except
Yeah.
for merchandise.
Yeah, like you can look back at like any big franchise and the merchandising like completely blows away whatever the box office is. Like completely blows it away.
Oh yeah.
Merchandise, look, I love toys as much as the next person, but most of them are extremely overpriced.
The
But the
merchandise
point,
also lasts past the movie.
he's like,
span in the theater.
Aaron's like,
lasts.
I don't believe people buy toys. I can't believe that people buy merchandise. It's like literally right behind you, bro. What the fuck?
Ugh.
In the space of 5 months? No. Nope. That would actually be the space of 4 months. That isn't happening. That isn't true.
Can you can you at least give something to back up what you're saying? I mean, just saying you don't believe something. So the studio's lying, Forbes is lying, James Gunn is lying, all these other people are lying for absolutely no reason whatsoever. But Aaron is telling the truth. But this guy sitting in his little sound booth is telling the truth.
Trust him, bro.
There's no way that could happen unless that property was wildly popular. Like, super popular. And the truth is, the only people talking about Superman are people like myself and the DC channels and the DC community. Outside of that, the average person, the average household, they're not even talking about Superman.
Okay, so my question is then why would you even push so hard for Henry Cavill to come back if you don't think Superman is a popular enough IP to be the flagship for the DCU?
People see Superman every time they go to the fucking grocery store. It's stamped on pet food. It's stamped on like drinks. It's stamped on whatever the hell. Crypto marketing's everywhere. People know who this is. It's the most damn popular character ever made in comics.
Yeah, let's say, yeah, Superman, the icon of comics. When you think of comics, you think of maybe 3 or 4 comic characters. Superman is probably number 1 or 2 in that list.
Yeah, it's
what are you talking about?
Right, it's like Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, the big 3. Superman's in there.
Okay, I literally just typed in what are the 3, and I knew the answer to this, but I wanted to make sure I was right before I even pulled this up. What are the 3 most profitable, and I use the word profitable, what are the 3 most profitable superheroes of all time? Number 1 is Spider-Man, obviously, the most popular by, most profitable by a landslide. The second one is Batman, and the third one is Superman. So you're telling me that the third most popular superhero of all time is not being talked about outside of a very niche group of people?
Get out of here.
Oh, it's like you walk up to 100 people on like the street on a random day, they might tell you to back off, but you ask all 100 of them who Superman is, they'll be able to tell you.
Just like this guy, man.
It's over.
Or just ask them to name a comic book character.
Yeah.
Zero interest in this version of Superman.
By the way, I want to point out if there was zero interest, he wouldn't be making this video. These guys that make these videos only do it because it is trending. That's the only reason they do it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's the truth. Look, we all make YouTube content. Some people focus on nostalgia stuff. Some people chase trends. This guy wouldn't be making a video trashing this particular article if it weren't trending in Google Trends.
The toys are sitting on shelves. I live in...
Yeah, right behind you.
Right behind you.
So now he's going to do what we call an anecdotal bit of evidence. He's going to tell you that wherever he lives, I haven't watched this video yet, but he's going to tell you wherever he lives, there's tons of them on the shelves and they're on sale already. I can tell you that's what he's going to say, because that's the typical go-to with someone is like, well, where I live, they're all on sale. They're all really cheap right now. Get ready for this.
Good thing that's the only place in the world is where he lives.
Yeah.
Metropolitan area.
Okay.
Phoenix is one of the 5th largest cities in the United States, and everywhere I go,
Wait, hold on. The 5th largest city in the United States? Hold on.
That's not true, is it?
I mean, Phoenix is a big city, but the 5th? I don't know.
Let me see.
Okay, it is Phoenix. I just looked it up.
Oh, okay, yeah, never mind.
Okay, all right, so yeah, that's true. City has grown to estimated 11.2% in the past 10 years. Population of approximately 1.6 million. I'll be damned. You got one thing right.
I just wanted to check because I've never heard that bit of information before.
So according to this, top 5 going from 5 to 1 are Phoenix, Houston, Chicago, LA, New York.
Yeah, that tracks.
Okay, I just wanted to check like commerce and
Vegas.
commerce and sales, like cities where commerce and sales are the largest or whatever. Phoenix is not in there. I just wanted to double check.
Right.
They do have more people per, like, I guess, square mile or whatever. But that doesn't mean they're spending the most amount of money, which is actually more important in this discussion, but we'll let them have that one.
Everywhere. The toys are jam-packed on the shelves. They cannot sell them.
What did I tell you? That's the go-to anecdotal story when it comes to stuff like this. They can't sell the toys. By the way, even popular toys eventually have to be sold at bargain prices to clear the shelves out before the Christmas season starts to come in.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. They're just clearing the shelves for the especially with Black Friday coming soon. Yeah, of course.
This is such a fucking 90s Warner Brothers mindset right now.
It really is. It really is.
I live in a community that has a lot of young families. People are not buying the Superman stuff.
Did you go door to door? I'm just curious. Do you know what's in their house? Like,
It's a little weird, man.
Did you go into their house and check? Do you have a Superman toy? Oh, you don't? Okay, good. I'm doing a video and I need to complain about James Gunn, so I just want to make sure you don't have a Superman toy.
Yeah, don't ask what I'm doing on your property. Just answer this question.
He's going over to kids playing in their yard. What toys you got? What is that?
Nobody cared about this film. The only people talking about it are people like myself and other DC channels, whether they're pro or...
I mean, are you just repeating the same stuff now? Like that?
I was about to say, I swear we just heard that.
We just heard him say that.
Or anti what DC is doing. And of course, I'm very anti what DC is doing.
Right.
Now, I posted about this on Twitter, and I got attacked by a bunch of people, and then people started coming in and talking about Snyder.
Mm-hmm.
This has nothing to do with Zack Snyder.
Oh,
nothing.
okay.
If you guys come in and you start talking about Snyder and bringing that up, I'm deleting those comments.
This guy is so fucking soft. I don't even delete comments. Like, give me a break. He's deleting comments.
See, now if somebody has enough time on their hands, they'll wait until he brings up Snyder again in a future video, and they'll be like, "Ha, see, fucking told you."
Yeah.
Deleting those people, they're getting banned because this has nothing to do with. And this is what these people don't get. They don't understand that this is
okay. So if they are comparing, if they're okay.
What do you mean these people? Sorry.
Right. No, I get it. So here's my question. If the people in your chat seem to think that you're talking about this from the standpoint of like Snyder coming back, then you're not making a good argument. That's the issue. If you were making a good argument that could stand on its own without relating to Zack Snyder, they wouldn't think that you're going after Gunn because of Snyder. You just have to frame your argument correctly. Right now, bro, we are almost 3.5 minutes into the video, and the only bit of information you've told us that we can look at and find out is true is that Phoenix is the 5th largest city in the United States. Other than that, it's all trust me, bro shit.
How long is this video?
It's short. It's like 7 minutes.
Gunn issue. It's a James Gunn issue. People are not resonating with James Gunn stuff. And
again, we've gotten to the point that this is why I say around this point in the video, things start to unravel a little bit. So he is now making another argument based on the fake shit that he said at the beginning, right? So he established that all of that wasn't real and that the studio's lying, Forbes is lying, investors are lying, James Gunn is lying. And now the next level of this, after going through the toy aisle and finding out the Superman toys are on the aisle, the next thing is that no one likes James Gunn. And he's doing that based on all the other stuff he said at the beginning of this video, which we know wasn't true. So we're going to give him like another minute to prove something that he's saying, and then we're just going to like dismiss all of his claims.
Tomorrow's video, when I show you... You're halfway through this video. Don't tell me what you're doing in tomorrow's video. I don't give a fuck because I'm not going to watch it.
I already don't care about
the statistics of, people were claiming that, and it's not a claim, it actually happened, that Peacemaker got into the top 10 for Nielsen ratings, but they don't cover how many minutes were watched. And
so now that's the goalpost moving. That's what you call the moving of a goalpost. So the original goalpost was that Peacemaker wasn't in the Nielsen ratings, and that's all that mattered. But when it gets in the Nielsen ratings, now they want to go through and look at like some context and some nuance. We don't play that game. It was in the Nielsen ratings. You guys said that it wasn't doing well because it wasn't. End of discussion. I don't give a fuck anything else you have to say about it. I don't care. Like it doesn't matter.
And that's the pathetic part, and we're gonna look at that.
I think you lost this one, Aaron.
That's the pathetic part, bro. Is there a mirror in that room? I just want to know. Like, is there a mirror in this like closet of yours?
I just fucking himself with that.
At tomorrow's video, they're trying to make this property look much bigger than it is, and I'll give it to the studio.
Right,
they are doing their best to prop this up and stand behind it. Like,
could it be because they're actually being honest? You're giving it to the studio because they're doing a good job of presenting things that are really happening. That's why it's working. How many lies could they get away with? Honestly, how many? Think about it. If they were going to lie about movies that were underperforming and saying they were doing better, they would have done it before they had to spend a bunch of money rebooting the franchise. They wouldn't wait until now to do it. They would have been doing it already. So, all right. We're at the 4-minute mark. Let's listen to this last little bit of his, then we're going to move on.
I have never seen a studio do ever with a property. This Superman did not resonate with audiences.
Okay.
I don't care you have to understand that the people that do actual ratings online, these aren't the average person who goes and sees it with their family.
The average person is what helped it make the money it did.
I'm just curious where the proof of that is. Like, how do you know this?
It's because of the average person that it made that much money.
I mean, by this metric, Aaron falls into the category of who gives a fuck, right? If his metric is that the average person, like the average audience goer, is the person that matters, then why the fuck do you have a channel talking about this stuff? If what we're saying as fans doesn't matter, then why are you even making videos? Why are you even making videos? I can't do any more of this. This guy's a clown. He's an absolute clown, guys. Like, I mean, it's pretty bad when someone has to do that much work to try and like make it seem as if something is underperforming. It's just absolutely crazy.
I'm gonna be real. I kind of started to. I'm gonna be real. I kind of started to tune dude out after a while.
Yeah.
I'll take reasons to drink for 500, Alex.
Let's see here.
Listening to this shit, Jesus.
We got some super chats, and then we're going to get into the next topic here. Let's go through these super chats, and we'll see where we are in the super chat. Where we at in the super chat numbers? Naruto here with a $5 super chat. I DM'd you a channel in Discord to check out on the Debunks channel. A channel? Okay. We probably won't do that tonight because if I'm going to go through a channel, I'd like to do it off stream. But thank you. I will check that out. Michael here, re-upping his channel membership. Thank you so much. Member for 14 months. Michael says, Eric saying what we're all thinking when people start their videos talking about grocery shopping, lawn mowing, etc. Thank you. Yeah, it is. It's like, what are we doing here? Ronan has jumped into the chat.
Yeah, it's like you start
What's up, y'all?
Like, oh, today I had a banana sandwich or something. It's like I don't even know if that's a thing.
Like,
I don't mind if you want to do that on a live stream, but when you're making a video, you can edit that out. Like it's a fucking video.
Right.
Like, come on. Anonymous with a 99-cent super chat. I'm pretty sure there was something attached to that, but you're gonna have to retype it because it's probably I'm not gonna scroll up and look for it. So if there was something you meant to attach to that, let me know. Let's see. Naruto with a $5 super chat says, Eric, I saw the Supreme Court denied the request to take another look at the 2015 marriage equality decision today. Yeah, it was. So this is one that I was kind of surprised about because I actually thought they were going to, because based on some of the comments made by the justices, I thought they might look back at this. But the fact that they said they're not going to means that they're not going to at all, probably, as long as this is the lineup of justices we have, which is a big win for like people's rights. So that's a good thing. I'm not saying that we're always going to get good things from the current government we have, but this is a good thing. Just leave it alone. It was granted in 2015. Nobody is being hurt by this. It's one of those really dumb things that they just need to stop fucking around with.
Speaking of good things,
yeah, go ahead.
I won't dive too much into it, but if anybody watching this or in the chat, if anybody knows anybody or was at the Commanders game, I salute you. I salute you. I was like, I would buy you all a round of drinks if I could. That was beautiful.
No, you didn't hear about that?
What was the score?
Yeah, that was. I was laughing my ass off.
Oh no, Trump went up and I think he was.
Oh, the booing and the flipping him off.
That's what I'm referring to.
Get out of him.
That's what I'm referring to. Yeah, I was just like, man.
Him and Keg's breath.
Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and do the choices quickly while we sit here.
Here, look at these liberal. Go ahead.
Am I supposed to be seeing two
Yeah.
streams?
Oh,
Okay.
Hide it. Just click hide. Don't look at that.
Okay.
I don't even see the option to do that.
Yeah, I know, right?
You can't.
I
close
see it. Hide vertical preview. Yeah.
Yeah, just hide it. It goes away. It's a little button down in there. It says should say.
Okay.
Hide. So essentially, the way it works is now YouTube allows you to stream to vertical and horizontal at the same time.
I heard about that. Yeah.
But the problem is, I think when you schedule it, it doesn't work because it thinks you're trying to schedule two of the same types of live stream at the same time. So I'm going to test it tomorrow. I'll probably go live on both at the same time with a pop-up stream just to see if it works. I think when you schedule it, I think YouTube gets conflicted about it. They don't know what to do.
Okay.
Darth Zim, that's one of the topics. We'll be talking about that in a second, so don't worry. So anything going on with you, Ronan?
I've seen all of Tatsuki Fujimoto 17 to 26. It's a new anthology anime series that, I mean, if I'm gonna be frank, nobody knows it's out. It has no marketing at all except one fucking trailer, which was phenomenal. The author is the guy who created Chainsaw Man, and so this series is based on two manga books that he created that were stories he created before he did Chainsaw Man. So now that his name is booming, a lot of stuff like Chainsaw Man, Look Back, they're trying to get I'm assuming adapt as much of his stuff, and it was really phenomenal. And I've seen it. Now I just gotta edit all that stuff out, and God knows if anybody's gonna watch it. But yep, I've been passionate about that one for a while now.
Well, I finally got to see Frankenstein, by the way.
Oh, let's hear it.
I think it might be my favorite movie of the year.
There we go. See?
It's pretty fucking crazy that Netflix made that movie, to be honest.
People might say I'm a sucker for stories about brothers and fathers and sons. Yeah. But that felt like a movie experience, and it felt like a therapy session at the same time.
No, I really fucking loved it. Hey, what's up, man? Good to see you in the chat, man. You still need to see it. It's so good.
So good.
Oh my God. Like, honestly, I was watching it with a group of friends and we just couldn't believe it was a Netflix movie. We're like, Netflix made the shit with Guillermo del Toro. Like, they allowed him to make cinema. Like,
yeah. Like, if they really play their cards right with marketing of the push, I would push for this for a lot of Oscar nominations between Best Picture, Best Directing, Best Screenplay, Cinematography, Music. I mean, I do think that both Oscar and Jacob should be nominated for performances, in my opinion. But that's just me. This is my favorite film of the year thus far, and it shot its way up to my top 5 Del Toro movies.
There you go.
And it's easily my favorite adaptation of Frankenstein thus far, and I love the original Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein so much.
Well, right here, thoughts on The Bride.
The Maggie Gyllenhaal one or the actress Mia Goth and whatnot?
I thought he was talking about the movie The Bride.
So I've heard stuff of it. I don't think I've seen the trailer yet, but I'm interested in that take as well. But this is Del Toro. It's up his alley. Eric, questions. Did you think it was long?
No, it went by very quickly. Honestly, when it was over with, everybody was like, that's 2.5 hours. I was like, yeah, They didn't feel like 2.5 hours. And we were because we had to watch it here. I have a massive TV, so like I'd love to have seen it in theaters, but none of the theaters around me were playing it, so we had to watch it at home. But we had to pause it a couple times to get up and like get food and stuff like that. And nobody felt like it went long. Matter of fact, when it was over with, they're like, it's just 9 o'clock, and I'm like, yeah, we thought it was going to go later, but yeah. Says Predator Badlands. It was fun, but a warm up for Frankie. Ant, you're always invited to join the stream. By the way, if you would ever want to jump on here and chat, it's entirely up to you.
I planned on seeing Predator today, but I just fell asleep because I just got off work. But I might go see it tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, by the way, the poll is out. Let me tell you guys what the poll choices are, and then we're gonna answer. I think Anon gave a question. Was it? Oh no pressure tonight. I'm just saying, like, you're always welcome. Just let me know and I'll send you the reusable link. On Twitter or something. So if we hit the poll, we're 3 out of 10 super chats. If we hit the poll or the goal, the poll is top 5 favorite superhero suits ever. So your top 5 favorite superhero suits of all time.
Just heroes?
Super suits. It doesn't matter heroes or villains.
Movies, comics, or
anything. All time. You just have to specify what version it is.
Across all the boards.
Yep. Top 5 worst alternate versions of comic characters. So there's an Elseworlds or a variant or a video game version or a TV version or a movie version. Any of those. Top 5 best seasons of TV. So your favorite seasons of any show of all time.
That's good. I like that one.
That's gonna be hard.
Top 5 best 90s TV shows. Those are the choices. So
oh yeah, we did that one like months ago.
But it was like specific. Like this is all. So it's just
okay.
Yeah.
I like the costumes and the
costumes and the TV seasons. I like.
Yeah.
What's the list for today?
Today we're doing I think we're doing cliffhangers, right?
Yeah, we can do that one.
Or best sidekicks. What do you guys want to do? Cliffhangers or sidekicks?
I like cliffhangers. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'll do cliffhangers.
Let's see here. Where's it at? Anon said he typed it out. Oh, Funko Pop shutting down. I mean, it's just like Beanie Babies and stuff. That kind of stuff happens. I don't really care. I mean, I've lived through so many different brands that have come around and then gone away that it doesn't really matter to me. I like Funko Pops, but the bubble was always going to burst. That's when you're talking about collectibles like that, it always happens.
I was always indifferent towards them.
Yeah, but here was the actual question. I want to know your thoughts about the situation, what's happening with airport flights. Do you think it'll get resolved by the holidays? I guess this ain't the year for the family to travel. I don't really when I DJ, I usually DJ on the East Coast, so I don't have to fly, really. So I don't really know much about the issue with... Look, hold on, let me rewind a little bit. I don't like flying anyway, not because I don't like being on airplanes, but I hate dealing with the airport. I hate dealing with TSA. I hate dealing with all of that. So if I can do anything to avoid flying, I will, unless I have to go out of the country.
Yeah,
right.
That's my biggest thing. Plus, too, and this is just like, from a mathematical standpoint, if I'm, traveling to like a con or whatnot, or if I'm brought onto like a set or whatnot that's going across states, more often than not, it will cost you a lot less in gas to just go across maybe one state or two than it will to get a plane ticket to and from.
Oh, very, very true. So, very true.
It's just a little bit of math there.
Okay, I love traveling. That question has been a big concern for me. And what's weird is because I shouldn't be worried because I'm literally an hour away flying wise from LA, my hometown. And it's just like, that doesn't worry me. The worries me is just the process of like, okay, TSA, and then is there any pilots available? Or is there any people working at the desk available and all that stuff? Like, to me, by myself, I love flying. I love being on a plane. I love being at the airport. The TSA, minus the TSA, I don't know why. It's a weird thing where I'm like, I could write a book about just like travels in the airport and like, doing some crazy shenanigans and stuff and whatnot. I love that. Like, well, if I had endless money, I would just spend time at the airport and be like, where should I go? Let's just go to Prague for a weekend.
I had a friend that used to do the standby thing just to go places. Like, he would sit around and wait on standby until there was a spot and take a discounted ticket and go places. Because if they can't fill the flight up, they'll usually offer like a discount to fill the flight up so they can make a little bit of money. But But look, I don't know if it's going to get sorted out or not, but the majority of my family lives close by. Like all of them are within driving distance.
That's good.
So I don't really have to go anywhere. So that's okay with me. You know, I mean,
If they don't get their shit together by the first week of December, I think this holiday season is going to be really fucked.
But I will say, you guys, right now there's a lot of bad shit going on, but podcasts like this is where it's at. You need to come in and hang out, and then you can meet people from all over the planet without having to jump on a fucking airplane to get there. So
yep,
there's that. All right, so right now we are 1 out of 5 super chats on the Debunks channel, and we are 3 out of 10 on the Reloaded channel. Here we go. Columbia Rican with a $5 super chat. Has anybody watched Pluribus on Apple TV? So I haven't watched it, but it is in my to watch list. When I tell you guys I DJ'd my ass off this weekend, I had no free time, so I have not had a chance to watch it. It's from the makers of Breaking Bad. It's about a hive mind that injects humanity except 11 people. That sounds really interesting to me, so I would definitely be checking it out.
I know Darren was talking about it. I'm pretty sure he's into it.
Yeah, so it's on our to watch list. We honestly, if we wouldn't have watched Frankenstein today, we probably would have watched this, but I really had to watch Frankenstein. So
I didn't mean to watch Foundation.
Foundation's really fucking good.
Yeah, because a lot of people say it's really close to Dune, and I was like, I really freaking.
I think it's better than Dune.
It's like, okay, I got it.
Imagine a civilization that spans the galaxy that's like Game of Thrones, but in sci-fi.
Yeah,
I love that.
That's essentially what it is. So
I really got to see that.
Yeah. By the way, let me go ahead and look at the rankings here. Who we have in the top fans? First place right now in the Reloaded channel, we have Naruto. We have Dalton in second, and Chris is in third. Over on the Debunks channel, we have Columbia Rican in first, Superior Nav in second, and Fallen Gemini in third. Remember, if you guys want to participate in that, you can just chat, drop emojis, all that good stuff. Super chats and super stickers give you a lot of XP, but it costs nothing to participate. Just be very active in the chat. And if you get those top 3 lists, you will be entered into the contest.
Yeah,
all right.
Guys, dropping the eggplant emoji still counts.
Yeah, except it won't show up. Apparently, I didn't know this, but I looked after the stream was over. Apparently, YouTube is very weird about peach and eggplant emojis. Apparently,
okay, of course.
Oh,
What?
they're only now doing that.
Oh man,
very weird.
4 peaches, 4 eggplants, just simple fruits. Perverted.
All right.
I don't know, man. I didn't know YouTube was food sis now.
Yeah, apparently there's a problem with them. All right, so Predator Badlands. By the way, this is going to be. I am going to talk a little bit about spoilers here. I won't spoil the very end of the movie, but I'm going to talk about spoilers in the movie. So if you guys don't want any spoilers, then I will say when I get to that point where I'll talk about spoilers. Right? It won't be very much. It's just a couple things I want to bring up that are pretty big in the film. So Predator Badlands had the biggest worldwide opening ever for a Predator film with $80 million worldwide. And keep in mind, it was $100 million budget. So it's very close to already just making its production budget back. So that's a pretty.
And the word of mouth is good. Very, very
I would expect a very low drop for them this upcoming weekend.
Yeah.
Now we do have The Running Man coming out, and I know that's probably because that's a very similar type of film. But I don't know how well that's going to do. But let's take a look. I've got the numbers here. I won't take a look at them, but I'll read them to you. So the domestic opening for the weekend was 40 million, which is a franchise record. The total global opening right now, it's still in early. They don't know if this is the exact number, but it's at least 80 million. And the estimated budget was 105 million. So this is the records it said. It's the largest domestic opening in Predator history. So it's bigger than any other Predator movie, and this includes any of the AVP movies. It's the 7th/8th theatrical entry in the Predator franchise. Count varies depending on whether you include AVP films. The first film in the series to make the Predator a protagonist, flipping the series' usual formula where humans are the main characters. Spoiler alert, there are no humans in the movie at all. It is completely aliens in the film with synthetics. There are no humans present in the movie.
Aliens versus Predators? Get it?
No.
And you know what? For the longest time, I've always this is going back to like Predator 2 days. I said I would love to have a Predator movie where it just focused on the predators. There's no English dialogue or whatever. It's just the aliens speaking to just the predators speaking to each other, and it has subtitles. I was like, they'll never make that movie.
Yeah.
But
I'll tell you this, Omega.
more or less.
Those elements are in this movie, man.
Yeah.
We finally got that with like a lot of these series that have like a little bit of human population, and then it's mainly dominated by another kind of creature. We got it years ago with Transformers 1, because as far as I can remember, there's no humans in that movie, and same thing with this.
I want to say that I have something to talk about when it comes to like non-human entities being in the film, but I'm going to save that for the spoiler section because I do want to talk about the third act a little bit. So we'll save it there. Also tomorrow, if you're, I'm going to promote a video for tomorrow, because if Aaron Fisher can do it, I can do it too.
I was about to say, we don't want to hear what you're doing tomorrow.
No, it's related to this though. It's literally just a breakdown of some of the dumb videos about Predator Badlands. So look forward to that. It's a lot of them. There's a lot. Are you
going to make a dumb video about dumb videos?
Yes, that's what we're doing.
Inception.
So the thing about this movie is it's a very simple concept. Like the film takes the idea of you have a predator, they have to defend their honor, and they have to go slay the dragon. That's essentially what the movie is in a nutshell. And along the way, they meet people that can help them get to their goal. And then there's a switch at the end and you get like a big reveal and stuff like that. I'm not going to spoil too much of that yet. But it's a very simple concept, but it was done in a world where it's never been done before. We've never seen anything like this before. And the interesting thing was the director, let me read what he said here. He says this, the very first nugget of what the idea was what if the predator wins? He wanted to focus on making the predator species sympathetic while retaining all of the veracity of the species, which I think they were able to do in the movie. Because in my mind, if you think about Star Trek and Klingons, right? You have the Klingons that are like a very honorific society, which is sort of like the code of the samurai type shit, right? Like that's what it is. Predators in a lot of ways also follow that. If you read the comics, you would know that some of that is in there. But this movie actually establishes it even further beyond Killer of Killers, where you get to see sort of like what this world looks like and what kind of society that they have. And I think that was a really smart thing for them to do. And again, I feel like this is a good jumping off point. I watched John Campia's video on this, and he said something that I thought about as well, whereas the momentum for this needs to keep going. If you want to build a new sci-fi universe where these characters are a much more well fleshed out concept, you have to be consistent on it, which means you can't wait 5 years to do another movie. You have to do another movie within the next 12 to 24 months, or at least you're working on a next movie within the 12 to 24 months. And based on the budget, $100 million budget, and what they did with Prey as well, I think this could be a very cost-effective franchise for them.
I agree.
mean, this movie, I know some people haven't seen it, but this movie looks beautiful on $100 million budget. They did so much for $100 million.
Money's on the screen.
Yeah.
It looks more expensive, which is why I love when movies do that.
When I saw this, I'm like, wait. So the Marvel movies cost how much? Because this movie did so much with space travel and alien species and visual effects. And yeah, they did a lot of practical stuff. Maybe movies need to start going back to that a little bit. Come on, bring in the practical artists, get some real shit on the screen so people can watch it. I would love to see that.
I think you get better products if you have. Instead, you should have less money to use instead of having more money to burn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I probably gave the visual effects artist team actually time to make good visual effects. It didn't have this huge team just churning out shit constantly.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think this is the first franchise in a while that actually didn't even put out a statement, is not part of the marketing, but this trilogy of movies, each one stands on its own, and if you only see one out of all of them, you don't miss out on anything. But if you've been watching them back to back to back, the experience just enhances more and more and more. And I appreciate that. That goes a long way, especially with this one. I had a bunch of friends. Should we watch Prey and Killer Killers? I'm like, listen, you should watch them because they are of top tier quality. But do you have to see them before seeing this movie? No.
No.
No, we could literally go to work, do an 8-hour shift, and then go catch a matinee
Ronan,
and have a blast.
I have to give a
I was
hot
about
take
to do
here.
that, but,
This to me is kind of what DCU should be, which is
You read my mind.
like all these projects that exist in the same world but don't have the connective tissue is there, but it's not necessary. Like if you watched, look, okay, so we're gonna do this quickly.
Take notes,
Sorry,
man.
I have to do this here just because. All right, we're gonna do spoilers here. Okay, anybody that yes. So take your headphones off if you don't want to hear spoilers. All right. So I want to say this: if you watched Alien Earth and you watch this movie and you watch Killer of Killers, you watch all of them, there are things that connect together that aren't obvious like right away. Like you wouldn't think of them otherwise.
Yeah.
Like the idea of synthetics, the idea of collecting aliens, all of this ties in with Alien Earth, but apparently they hadn't seen Alien Earth when they made this movie, meaning that this was all just a concept. Guess what? You can do this world with that kind of concept without it being literally connected.
Dan Lilly said that he put this movie in as far away into the future, so it wouldn't contradict any of those projects right now in development. So, like, again, like there's stuff that connects. Again, you know, I was teasing it last time, but when you hear the Weyland-Yutani sound effects, you know, when someone would press a button or they would load up a screen, and then you hear Mother saying, you know, collect a specimen. Did you collect? You know, it's like, oh shit, this makes sense why they would happen, but it doesn't feel pushed. It feels earned. Like, I don't know about you, Eric, but have you heard
what was that?
How Dan came up with the idea of like, you know what, not humans, just robots, and how the whole connection with Weyland-Yutani came about?
No, I didn't hear that part.
So he said like it was just a concept of like, all right, why don't we have a Predator movie where he's the lead, but there's no humans, just a robot or robots. And then it was after saying it out loud and pitching to people that he realized, oh wait, I know a company that makes robots. I can use that, and like that feels, when you see it play out, that feels earned. It doesn't feel like someone said, like, well, you gotta put it in because of you know And I was like, oh, I love that. I love hearing the explanation, and it seems and feels that way. Like nothing feels dragged, nothing feels pushed. It's just like, if you've never heard of Weyland-Yutani, pretty good basic entry point to finding out who they are.
Like, this is a very good movie to jump into. The second spoiler I want to talk about before we take the spoiler tag down is the reason why this movie is works as well as it does at PG-13. In one of the comments that was made earlier, is because all of the violence is on aliens and robots, meaning or synthetics, meaning that there's no red gory human violence in this movie, so they can get as violent as they want. The third act is fucking crazy violent. Violent. There's so many deaths
the opening. The opening two fights, like,
and the reason why they can do that is because it is not human beings. That's one of the smart things about this movie, is they were able to get that PG-13 rating because there's no like red human blood flying everywhere.
Yeah, like, dude, I've been telling you since Comic-Con that like I saw the first 20 minutes for the movie for months ago, and I was like, it is so good, and I'm like, ooh, I'm in. This was 20 minutes. I was like, I'm in, and I believe a reason why he would go about this hunt, and why they've been saying it. You know, first hunt, last chance, and we're in spoilers, dude. That last fight scene with his with his dad, I was like, oh, dude,
I'm telling you, like,
generations of like wanted to do that.
Just one of the fight scenes in the movie, any of them with a real human in it, would have been a rated R film. It would have been rated R. In my opinion. All right, we're going to take the spoiler banner down now so people can jump back in. And there we go. With that being said, let's see here. We do have a super chat from Columbia Rican. $5 super chat. Do you think Nerdrotic and the like hate Predator Badlands due to the Yacht Jow being a non-human DEI?
Man,
I wouldn't put him past them with that.
This is a DEI predator. This is a woke predator because he looks different from the previous predators. I'm like, this is why I think the whole woke discourse is just a grift, because like you motherfuckers are gonna complain about a fictional alien not being woke.
Also,
I hate you people.
I would tell them, look up who played the original Predator Yautja. Look him up.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah,
back in
wasn't he like-
'87, that was woke.
Yeah, wasn't he like some dude from Nigeria?
Patrick
Yeah.
Hall, I think Patrick Hall, I think is his name. I forget
No, I
his
think
name,
it
but
was
I'm
the
just
alien. No, I think the person who was in the alien queen costume, he was like somebody from like the super tall dude from Nigeria.
it's like and again, I think people, even throwing slide up like Elle Fanning. I'm like, you know what? She's the MVP of this movie. Like, you'd be surprised when you watch it. You're like, wow, she is phenomenal, whatnot. And it's just when I hear those thoughts, I was just like, man. And I hope the movie does bang a job. So it's just like, where's the excuse? It made money and people connected with the movie.
Now,
well.
The one thing I did see that was funny, that was on Twitter. They were saying that the only reason why her character was only had like a torso from like the waist up is because her ass was too big. They had to nerf it.
Oh my god!
Oh, good god!
I mean, I did see a clip. I did see a clip of somebody like. There's a shot where like Elle Fanning turns around and someone said, "Wow, I didn't know." I didn't know, and it's like, guys.
I also want to point out that in the movie the Predator looks the way he does for a specific reason, and you find out within the first like 5 or 10 minutes of the movie why. So all the people complaining about the design, there's a reason why he looks that way, and all the other Predators in the beginning of the movie look like the classic Predator that you would see like in the old stuff. So there's a reason why he looks the way he looks. Like
detail, man. Attention to detail.
Wasn't this a younger, or maybe it was like a
different
variant?
This is not really a spoiler because it's kind of out there anyway. He's considered a disgrace to his clan because they think of him as like the runt of the litter. So essentially he has to prove himself, but even his father doesn't think that he shouldn't be allowed to prove himself because he's such a small disgrace to the clan. So that's the reason why he looks the way he looks. He's an outlier to what the Predator, what his clan is. So that's the whole point of him looking the way he does. He's a human-sized Predator who has to prove himself because of that reason. So that's the setup of the movie.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't wait for you guys to fucking watch this movie.
That's not really a spoiler, Nav. You learn that in the first like 5 minutes of the movie. It's a setup of the film.
I mean, they kind of said that throughout like the whole I think not the trailer, but they've been talking about that for a while before the movie's come out.
So the trailers have been saying first hunt, last chance, and there's a reason why they keep saying those words.
I'll see if I can catch a weekend screening.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch it tomorrow.
I've already seen it twice.
Oh my god! Here we go. Here's some. Wait, did libtards and brownoids make up an indigenous term for predators because they are now being portrayed as generic non-white native? They've been called Yautja for how long?
Wait, hold on, dude. Who said that?
I'll send you the.
Oh, I thought it was somebody in the chat. I was like, wait.
Oh no. This is some bullshit on Twitter.
Yeah,
bullshit on Twitter. I'm shocked.
We got a couple comments we're gonna look at here. All right. By the way, we are 4 out of 10 super chats. 6 more super chats at any amount will reach the goal, and then you guys will get to pick something in the poll. So any amount. We got an hour and a half left. All right. What does it say here? Oh, I don't want to show that scene though. That's a spoiler scene.
It's been all over Twitter. I've already seen it.
Yeah. Nightmare Vision goes, wait, did libtards and brownoids make up an indigenous term for predators because they're now being portrayed as a generic non-white native? What?
Yeah, and he's talking about the term Yautja, which has been the term for Yautja since 94.
Well, because you'd have to read like the expanded universe to know that. Like, what are we talking about? He's such an like
should just be called predators.
Do like 5 seconds of research. Like, what the fuck?
Tourists. Swear.
So crazy.
I mean, if people would do just more than 5 seconds of research, Aaron Fisher wouldn't have made that stupid fucking video.
We're probably arguing with a Russian bot,
right?
Probably.
Either a bot from either Russia or Israel or
a Russian
India.
bot from Russia, really?
It's you've seen those bot farms where they have a bunch of just like phones just on racks. Yeah, that's who we're arguing with, a rack of phones.
Yeah, right. You know what? They're probably being operated by those monkeys from Superman.
Yeah, probably. Lone Wolf of the $2 super chat. Are you team Blonde Blazer or Invisa Girl? Hashtag dispatch. I don't know a lot about dispatch. Does anybody know more
Everybody has
about
been
it?
telling me, even a mutual friend of ours, Antari, he's been saying like, dude, you got to play this freaking game. Even Frank
Blonde
was like,
Blazer.
you got to play this game.
What plat is it? A PC game?
It's on everything.
Is it like a pay to win game or
No, it's something like what's those Telltale games?
like Telltale Batman and all that stuff. Like
Yeah.
You're talking about like a point and click, right?
Sort of, kind of.
I did the one for Walking Dead, like the first one that came
Yeah,
out.
like the games like Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Was something of the wolf?
Wolfenstein.
No.
Isn't it like Wolfenstein?
Wolfpack.
No, God damn, it's that Telltale game.
The Wolf Among Us.
Wolf Among Us. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. That's Well, games like that. I could not remember that game for the life of me.
Me either.
Okay,
Yes,
so we did have a comment here that I wanted to talk about before we talk about Star Wars, and then we will move on to another thing here. Albedo here says, have you guys heard about Sydney Sweeney's biopic about a female lesbian bombed at the box office despite courting the anti-woke audience? Yes, I did. I have the numbers here. So right now, Christie, which is the movie that you're talking about, opened in 2,000 plus theaters and only earned 1.3 million domestically. It places it among the worst wide release openings ever. Now, Sydney Sweeney, who I have had an up and down like feeling about for a while, I was waiting.
Jake's look is like,
I was like, I knew it after I said it. I'm like, okay, let's see what people are thinking.
No,
Here.
me and Amanda,
hell yeah!
we just both looked at each other the same way.
Yeah.
God bless her.
So you got Sydney Sweeney here, who really has, and there's a clip from an interview. I don't know if we should play it or not. Maybe I will play it here in a second. The issue is Sydney Sweeney is finding out very quickly that the culture war for actors and stuff does not equal success. You have to grift. You can't just make content because it's not going to be enough, right? If Sydney Sweeney were directly selling water or bubble gum, she'd probably make hand over fist because that's what grifting is in culture war stuff.
She sold that soap, didn't she?
She sold that bath water.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, that's the way you do it.
Coffee brand coffee.
People that are into the culture war shit are not going to go out and support you as an actor. Gina Carano found that out very quickly. Gina Carano, as soon as she was out of Star Wars, anything she did that had nothing to do with trashing Disney was a flop. It was an absolute flop. By the way, where is she now? Gina Carano. She disappeared. You know why? Because she gave in to this lawsuit, made her bag, and walked the fuck away from it. Like, she's never going to work with Disney and Star Wars again. It's never going to happen. I stand by that. I know for a fact that she'll never do that. This is one of those trust me bro moments where I'm willing, come back and look at this video later. It's a trust me bro moment that I feel very comfortable about because it happened with Scarlett Johansson. So I know for a fact that it's not going to happen for her. You know what I mean? She's not even remotely in the same ecosystem as Scarlett Johansson. So
yeah, concerning Sydney Sweeney, here's the weird thing that like I'm interested in seeing the movie because I like boxing movies and whatnot, and I heard that the movie is okay, but that she does a phenomenal job as a performance. I'm like, cool, I'm happy for that. The other thing about it, just like, listen, we chuckled about it later, earlier on, but listen, yes, I can tell she's attractive. I find her very attractive. The whole thing about American Eagle, to me, that felt like, listen, there was a puddle of mud. You didn't have to step on it. Like, it was literally right there. And it's weird because nowadays people are thinking, like, is she not aware that, like, yes, people find you attractive, but, like, you're putting yourself in these positions of, like, you don't have to, like...
Yeah.
And again, I didn't expect her to be, what's the word? Not just progressive, but just, like, open-minded, because when shit happens and there's a big movement, I don't see her or hear about her.
Right.
I only see her about, and like red carpets and whatnot. And so like I didn't expect it to be a shining light in this way, but it's just like you don't have to go out of this way.
Let me explain kind of where I'm at with this, and we'll look at this clip here. If you don't want to be someone that's proactive in the culture war, don't participate in ad campaigns that are going to be culture war directed. Like the Good Genes comment, there's no way anyone on our PR team could have missed the fact that there was some sort of wordplay going on there. Like there's no way, right?
Yeah, you would have to be the most obtuse person on the planet.
Right. So I don't believe that for a second. We have this clip here where somebody asked her about this, and her response kind of encapsulates where she's at. She doesn't want to get involved in anything, but she's willing to be involved in it. Like she'll visibly be there, but she's not going to say anything about it. And this is one of the times where she had an opportunity here to sort of win back a little bit of favor with people that are actually going to pay to see her movies. By the way, this is why the Jimmy Kimmel shit went down the way it did. People, the extreme MAGA people, do not support or pay for shit. They don't. They do not. They didn't watch Jimmy Kimmel. They don't pay for Disney Plus. They don't go out and support these kinds of movies. They do not. Courting that group to try and make money, unless you're going to sell them something, is not going to work. It's just not going to work. So my point is, why even try to court that group at all if you know they're not going to be financially viable for you? Because Sydney Sweeney, let's look here. I looked at it before we even talked about this, has a track record of underperforming stuff. Americana only made $500,000 on a $9 million budget.
Damn.
Eden in 2024 grossed $1 million on a budget of $55 million. Madam Web was a flop for her. She's not this big star that can take loss after loss after loss after a certain amount of time. And I actually think Sydney Sweeney, in a lot of ways, can be very good in the stuff she does. But when you have a situation like this where people have associated your personal brand with racism, and you get a softball question like this, and this is your response, let's listen to it here. And then I'm going to tell you why this is problematic and why her PR person should probably be fired if they told her to respond this way.
The criticism of the content, which was basically that maybe specifically in this political climate, like white people shouldn't joke about genetic superiority. Like that was kind of like the criticism.
See, look at the look on her. She doesn't give a fuck. She doesn't care. There was no reaction from her about that. None. Let's continue.
Speaking, and since you are talking about this, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about that specifically.
I think that when I have an issue that I want to speak about, people will hear.
The criticism.
So no rejection of racism.
And again, I think I understand that statement, but it's just like, it feels ignorant and just feels like sure, just acknowledgement that people did have an issue with it. And listen, I'm not losing sleep over it, but because again, at first I was just like, oh, she's just telling us that she's hot, and I know she's hot. Cool, but when I looked into it, but then I looked into it, and it's just like, okay, yeah, that when I first heard it, I'm like, Good Genes and all that stuff, and like I look at it now, and it's just like, you can just acknowledge that, yes, that does exist out there. There is that point of view. I didn't see it, but then you can also say, listen, if you want to hear my thoughts and stuff, I will let you know when I want to hear your thoughts. And I'm like, you know what? I respect that and accept that, because she does have that right. But it does, like you were saying, Eric, there is some ignorance that I do sense here.
Well, let me tell you why I don't think. Like, I'm not good. I'm just going to push back a little bit on that. I think when you are part of an ad campaign that is being accused of racism and you're given an opportunity to denounce racism, it's really not that difficult to be like, yeah, I'm obviously not racist, and I would never do anything that would compromise that position or whatever. When you're a white woman celebrity who looks hot and your response is, I don't have a statement or I don't have a comment, that seems like, to me, you are purposely hiding the fact that you don't want to denounce racism.
It just seems
go ahead, Jake.
It just seems like very dismissive, very, wave of the hand, very not in my backyard, very this doesn't affect me, so I don't care.
No, that's exactly how I feel about it. Yeah, that's how I feel that statement is. Like,
and she could have easily said I heard all the reaction. That wasn't our intent. I don't see it that I don't believe we went we went out of our way to say that.
Right.
Or at least don't even have, she doesn't have to even back up American Eagle. Just say that wasn't my intention. I didn't go about that. I'm still proud of doing that.
Or that's not what the ad was about. Like, just say that's not what the ad was about. Like, there is a million ways you could have answered this that will sort of like separate you from the controversy. But by giving this answer, it's almost a dog whistle. Like,
and I could even
it's okay to be racist. It's like, what,
and I could even meet her. I could even meet her and being like, I agree to we can agree to disagree. Okay, I could even meet her there, but yeah, a lot of this stuff just feels like next question, even though she was answering it.
No, she looks like she can't be bothered by it. And the thing is, so there's a lot of people in my family, especially on my dad's side of the family, that have a lot of these racist tendencies, and they say things that are sort of like, why the fuck are you saying that? Why are you doing that? Right. And I have to deal with that a lot. This gives me that energy. Like that, it's that energy. Like, I'm not personally affected by any of the negative stuff that came from that ad campaign, so I don't care. That's the vibe it gives me. And she's entitled to have that opinion on it. But then if you're looking at the reflection of the box office, the racists aren't showing up to watch your movies, especially when you're doing a movie about a lesbian boxer, which the audience that would show up for that movie and support you don't want to support someone that won't denounce racism.
Yeah, it's weird, man, because oh man, like again, there's this great line in Andor that says how nice for you, and it's just like I wish I had the luxury to not have to be worried about stuff and not have to like just be have a finger or a pulse on hearing what's stuff around me. I wish I had that luxury. I wish we lived in that world. We don't. I know I can't afford it. But again, I would be fascinated to meet her one day in person and see how she is in person, and then to even get a track of like, do you know what's happening and how safe are you? Because that is the American dream right there, to be that relaxed and safe.
Well, this was just a very like ignorance is bliss mindset for her right there. It's essentially what that was.
Yeah. I think we're seeing right now, like very obviously the cultural climate is shifting again. And I think that the racist and the bigots have pushed too far. So the pushback is going to be pretty severe on that. And I think celebrities that are just not outright going, yeah, racism isn't cool, bigotry isn't cool, they're not going to get any support from the people that like art. They're just not. No one's going to support that. And unfortunately for Sydney, if she isn't a racist and she doesn't support those things, she's not doing a good job of like convincing people when she was in an ad campaign that has probably contributed to tanking this most recent movie. So Stray Beans. Oh yeah, sorry. We should probably move on. I'm my bad. She's got big boobs, so she's right.
That's honestly that's what I'm gonna say. I have never heard of this woman outside of those ads, and when I finally saw, I was like, oh, nice tits. Anyway,
so we were missing two of the big points. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so let's see here. We have a couple more super chats, and then we're going to talk about the Star Wars. What is it? Starfighter.
Oh my god!
Yeah. There's some people concerned about a quote that was made. We'll look at
what?
That.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Okay. Lone Wolf with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Lone Wolf. Did you see that loser Yellow Flash tried arguing Sean Chandler on X about the new Predator film? Pretty hilarious to see the grifter fight a genuine critic about the violence and PG-13 rating. I mean, what is he arguing about? Hold on. Should I even look this up? I feel like Yellow Flash is so stupid. He's got me blocked on Twitter anyway, so I don't see his stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, well, I guess that means you've done something right.
Yeah, a lot of the hate channels have me blocked for calling them out.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
I just wear the block thing as a badge of honor.
So here, like, hold on, I got to show you guys this. We're going to scroll through his Twitter while we're sitting here. Hollywood attacks Sydney Sweeney after Christie flops. Celebrities trying to blacklist her. That's really interesting when your flagship, the flagship girl in your group or whatever, can't put out a hit movie that you have to pretend that now all of a sudden they're trying to blacklist her. I got news for you. If she's had 3 financial flops in a row, it's not trying. She's been blacklisted. It's like for sure. Let's see here.
People as of You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna say this. People realize that money bags are more important than fun bags.
Geez, where's the argument at? How far do I have to go? When was this? When was he arguing with Sean? You're making me scroll through all this brain rot?
What the fuck? I just looked up for 1 second and I saw that.
Yeah. Predator Badlands is Predator for girls. Disney does this to everything. I wish that Fox buyout would have been blocked. You know what's funny is both Prey and Killer of Killers was done by Disney, and they didn't have shit to say about Killer of Killers. So why is it that Disney's impact only affects this movie and not Killer of Killers? Why, like, you know what I mean? Why is that? Oh, it's almost like it's because it's made up shit. Let's see.
God, that heel versus babyface, dude. It just
the human thumb.
There's
That probably smells like a baby's diaper.
Dude, I really want to think that he's just acting throughout this whole thing and not and is not serious anyway. It's like if you probably like talk to him like candidly in private, like, hey, dude, bro, you probably like, bro, I just say the shit.
By the way, this is a lie. Tonal bait and switch. The trailers made it look like it's going to be dark and serious. It's more of a goofy Marvel movie. This is a lie. It's not like a goofy Marvel movie. I don't even know why you would say that. I mean, obviously you didn't see it.
I mean, it generates some clout. That's why I said it.
Yeah.
I post something in the private chat y'all might find funny.
I don't see the fight with Sean Chandler, and I can't scroll through this brain rot much longer.
Don't blame me.
Okay, look. The issue is these guys don't have anything to complain about, and this is the latest target for them. So essentially what they're doing is they're making a mountain out of a molehill so they can get clicks off of it. That's all it is, really. At this point, wait, hold on. What is it?
Something from Reddit.
Oh, okay, hold on. It's so stupid, but I have to show this.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier.
All right, so here it says in Predator Badlands, Elle Fanning plays a character with no legs. This is because.
Yeah, they had to nerf it.
This is why YouTube is banned peaches. This is why YouTube is banned peaches, by the way. So
that one caught me off guard.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. That's like, it was like, oh yeah, they had her from the waist down because had to nerf her.
Also, any idiot that's calling it a girl movie or some sort of like a romance or whatever, there's no fucking romance in the movie at all.
There's zero romance and a Yautja.
No, I mean like there's no love story. Yeah. There's no love.
Yeah, what love story is there going to be between those two?
Well, no, but Ronan, am I lying? There's no love story in the movie. There's literally there's almost no relationship at all other than family stuff. That's it.
It's all about family.
So it's like Fast and the Furious. Lone Wolf with a $5 super chat. Have you seen what Oscar Isaac has recently said about working for Disney? Yeah, he said that he won't work for Disney again until he can be sure they're not going to give in to fascism. I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that.
That was part of the Moon Knight cancellation thing.
Oh, I didn't know where the quote came from, but yeah. So, look, these companies are going to have to start to realize that they're not going to keep a lot of actors around if the actors don't feel comfortable working for them because they might get stuck in some propaganda shit, like what happened with Sydney Sweeney. So I support them for protecting their peace. Yeah. Let's see. $2 super chat. I posted both pics in the anti-channel in Discord. I will look, Lone Wolf. I will look for that. Thank you so much for your super chats. Which, by the way, because of that, it brings us up to 7 out of 10 super chats. You guys are doing amazing. Thanks for everybody that's contributing on that.
I love that. I love that my paisano Oscar is just like, sure, I'll consider it, but I don't give a fuck. Like Disney, Mickey Mouse, you better not be lining up with that shit. If not, I'm done.
Yeah,
I love that him and Pedro are like that. Oh, I love that. They're like, yo, we'll play ball, but we're not dealing with the Nazis. Fuck off.
Hold on, let's see where the quote is. I have it here. What? You know, the thing was, I actually closed my entire fucking tab with everything in it.
Good job.
Yeah.
Back to formula.
Back to Formula
What
I
kind
know
of
Jake will get a kick out of that one.
podcast is this?
Man, here we're at church.
I mean, wearing the damn shirt.
All right. So,
Appreciate that, Ronan.
You're good.
all right. Sean Levy says Star Wars Starfighter is an all-new, non-sequel, non-prequel adventure. It's
Oh
new
my
characters,
god.
a new timeline. It inherits legacy themes, but it's really trying to give Star Wars fans and just movie audiences something fresh and something new. And people are losing their minds about this. Any Star Wars people in the panel want to chime off on this? Because I know a lot of y'all are bigger Star Wars fans than I am.
So hold on.
Oh,
Go ahead.
First of all, listen, I love Collider, but I've known this since April. I was in Japan. He literally said almost the same shit since April. So why the fuck is everybody surprised now that we're in November? I mean, like, he's saying almost the exact same stuff. It's ridiculous. Anyways, I'll wait till I can go later. Omega, I know you're a Star Wars fan. Please talk to us.
I am so glad they're not going with the Skywalker timeline. Even if they have no Jedi in this, even though I love Jedi, if they have no Jedi in this, I'll be perfectly happy. Yeah. Or even if they go, just give me something better than those shitty movies.
Stagger Vor's giving a thumbs up.
Yeah,
Harrison James says, "Bruh, I'm a lifelong Star Wars fan, and finally, this is exactly what I want. It's such a big galaxy."
Yeah, because they literally begin these movies with a long, long time ago, galaxy far, far away. There's so much in that damn galaxy that you can go to. Like, you know, even hell, you could even go in other galaxies if you want.
I agree with this, Dark Zen.
They don't even say it's a specific one. Yeah,
I agree. Skeleton Crew also felt like a different direction for everything.
Yeah,
I mean, Andor was so good. Andor was good.
Andor, yeah, like because they were expanding on the world. They were telling you different parts of the timeline, different parts of history, things you didn't know. It didn't just feel like, oh, the same thing but worse. They're actually expanding shit.
I mean, yeah, sure. Andor leads up to Rogue One, which leads up to the Death Star and Vader, and at the end of the thing. But Vader shows up at the tail end of all of that, and it's amazing. The best Star Wars ever they've made since Disney took over.
Yeah,
listen, if Star Wars was only just about the Skywalkers, then Red Media was right that they're what's the word? Creatively bankrupt. That's always been the big term, high term from all the people. They're creatively bankrupt. I don't agree with that since Rebels, since The Mandalorian, since Andor, since Rogue One, since Skeleton Crew, since Acolyte, even like there is so much space, and I tell you, almost 50 years old this franchise is, and they've barely tipped the iceberg in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion.
There's so much untapped potential.
Like, I don't see anybody in the chat like saying anything negative about this. So I don't know why it's being spun into a negative.
Like, Star Wars is not pigeonholed to the Skywalker name. It's not. Despite how much you want to pretend that it is, it's not.
There's a big element to it. There are entry point into this galaxy, and I respect them for that. But if they were the only thing in this galaxy, then this galaxy isn't as high valued or as valued as much as I think people think that it is.
Even video games, the high, I say still arguably the best Star Wars video game is Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, and that's in the Old Republic 10,000 years from the Skywalker saga.
And Omega, I'm so glad you brought that up. Imagine how many fans joined the fandom since Jedi Fallen Order, since Cal Kestis.
Oh, yeah.
Not a Skywalker character.
None of the Skywalkers show up in freaking the Survivor.
Fallen Order and Jedi, and Jedi Temple.
Actually, one Skywalker does show up in the first one. We're not going to spoilers,
right? And like the same thing. If you go back a decade further, you look at those. I almost said Force Awakens, Force Unleashed games. Only one Skywalker shows up in those, and those drew in a lot of fans.
I
didn't think about that, but yeah, like
even the Dark Forces games,
right?
Here's the thing, like
the Empire, that didn't focus around the Skywalkers. I mean, they may have a Skywalker in it, but it doesn't focus around it exclusively.
Right.
Here's where people can be not gonna say angry or worried, but this is an interesting conversation to have whenever these movies do come out. Starfighter was never on the announcement list back in London in 2023. And even then, those movies, a lot of them weren't like it was just being, built up. Mandalorian Grogu was not announced during that big public announcement at the celebration.
Mm-hmm.
So people can make the argument, well, they make all these announcements and then these films just randomly get announced on a social media post, and those are the ones being made. What about the ones they announced and they had a big panel and brought up all the talent in there? There's a conversation to be had of how they go about their marketing and their PR track record. There's an interesting conversation to be had there, and if anyone wants to have it, I'm happy to have that. But again, not related to the stuff in the past. I love that. I love the way Sean even said it. We are connected with the themes that are being passed down to us.
Mm-hmm.
But and I love that Claudia leaned into it. They asked him about Claudio, the DP who shot Maverick, F1, and he worked on I forgot some other Life of Pi and Curious Case of Benjamin Button. I'm like, ooh, I can't wait to see how this movie looks different than any other stuff we've seen thus far, and especially if it's being part about a starfighter. We're going to space. How different can you make me flying in space feel now after all these years? And again,
these scenes are arguably some of the best scenes in all of Star Wars.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see more images come out of this project and start seeing cosplay being built up before the movie comes out. I can't wait for that shit.
By the way, Staggervore says this movie live or animated. It's live.
Live action.
Yeah.
Live.
And it's supposedly, and maybe you guys know more about this, but supposedly there's a possibility for it to launch another series of films. So
I think if it does do that, don't immediately go at it just because it makes money. Like, let it sit with it for a little bit. And if there is a story to be had and everybody involved wants to come back and do more stories, so be it. That's what I loved about Mandalorian, especially in the beginning. That first season, it could have just easily begun there, gone through it, and then ended it. But because people got so attached to these new characters and they love the different takes, they lean into it and have, I could argue that right now they're one of the biggest, if not the biggest, characters for the franchise going forward, and how it's bringing people of old and new into it. Maybe we might get this with these characters. I don't think after every new project that's being announced or put out, you have to start suddenly expanding on that quickly.
Right. Like, if the story's there, tell it. If it's not there, don't force it.
Look at these we were talking about it. Look at these last 3 Predator movies. Perfect example of if there's something to tell that doesn't just redo the same shit, but adds on and expands the muscle of the franchise, then go forth.
Agreed.
And again, I think even Sean Levy's trying to develop a D&D show at Netflix, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. He talked about that briefly. But I'm pumped. I am pumped. I mean, listen, I don't know where the hell she's been, but I would still, yeah. I mean,
I like Solo. I'm not a big defender of Solo, but I think it's a fun movie. I know it's not the greatest Star Wars movie, but I enjoyed it still.
I have fun, and I'm here. And here, I'll admit, not everything that has been put out and over the past 10 years has been a hit, and I can admit to that. And in some regards, I feel like, wow, that was a missed opportunity, and that's something to learn a lot from. And some stuff, I'm like, that happens. Not everything's going to be a hit. The Acolyte was a big swing. Do I love it? No. Do I hate it? No. There's some stuff I do like on it, but it was a big swing. I appreciate the swing with that.
Yeah, I appreciate it. That mean I love it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's something I meant to mention. Harrison mentioned something earlier, saying Death Troopers would be a great horror too, or the Star Wars. I was like, man, you are making some deep cuts there.
The novel? Oh yeah, I have that one.
Woo!
Yeah, Star Wars. That's some elite ball knowledge there.
That is a pull.
Kathleen Kennedy's about to be fired. I know. Yeah, it's every day. You know what I mean? I feel like everything she does, Kathleen Kennedy wakes up, she's about to be fired.
Listen, to be quite frank, The only thing I've had issue with what she's been, done and part of is the way the sequel trilogy went about its way in terms of just, planning. That's it. There's some execution stuff that I'm like, really? We have to go there? But planning, and then the only other stuff that like got me a little bit worried was how they went about with Obi-Wan Kenobi show, Book of Boba Fett, and a little bit of Mandalorian season 3. Other than that, she's done a fine job with the rest.
She's had more hits than misses. That's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
not everything is going to be a home run. Like, it's just not. It's not.
Yeah.
That's not realistic. You know what I mean?
I was one of those people like, oh yeah, get rid of Kathleen Kennedy, but now I'm like, you know what? I mean, she did a lot of good here.
You can look at anybody you want in these whole fandoms. No one has a perfect record. Nobody.
Right.
Yeah.
Power of one, power two, power of many.
Oh yeah, that was. I'm not going to defend that shit from that.
No, that was awful. Even when I watched the show, I was like,
stupid.
that is literally the worst part of that show. I was like,
so bad.
those episodes in general were the worst parts of that show. I didn't like them at all. I said that in my reviews when I talked about it. I was like, I don't like.
Wait, the witches in Acolyte?
Yeah.
No,
Listen,
the musical chanting stuff, I didn't like that at all. I don't mind the witch, like the change up of the lore and everything. I didn't really care about that. I just thought the musical stuff was really corny and I didn't like it. So
okay, yeah, they literally listen. Without spoilers, that show, that show was interesting to cover because two of my favorite. Well, I don't know how I feel about them now, but two when that show was coming out, that show introduced two new favorite characters of mine. And again, I'm not gonna spoil which characters they are, but they're no longer with us. And I was like, really? That quick? I was like, God damn it.
Yeah, that was crazy. Tony Soprano swinging in. Look, I didn't do anything, Tony, I swear. $5 super chat here. F&T, Friday Night Tights, is the corn hub of nerd outrage. Oh, I love the way you did that. So you can get it in here on the screen. Just say Star Wars is dead and outrage Gooters donate anyway. I have more respect for OnlyFan women than FNT itself. Well, that's the issue is that they're liars. Like, if they were just being honest about what they're doing, I wouldn't have anything to talk about because I'm like, they're idiots, but they're not being dishonest about it. Making up stuff is so weird. Like, if you're going to complain about, like, as much as I disagree with complaining about women in media, if they just came out and said that they didn't like women in Star Wars and that's all, and they were being honest about it, I can push back against it, but the thing is, they're just expressing an opinion about women, misogynistic and sexist as it is. They're not lying about it. The issue is that they lie about everything. And that's what gets under my skin is like, bro, just say what you mean so I can meet you on level playing field. You know what I mean?
The internet. People on the internet don't lie.
Hey, was I the only one who read that in James Gandolfini's voice when he?
I'm always being accused of stuff.
You listen here.
I'm gonna
a hero in this household, all right?
I'm gonna pimp out my video tomorrow. If this is how you feel, Inkshi, wait until tomorrow's video. Just
Stop talking about your video tomorrow.
Wait till tomorrow's video, Inkshi. Kevin Feige had misses, but no one had. Oh, there are Candles Jr. There are people that have asked for Kevin Feige to be fired.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's been a few.
Yeah.
There definitely have.
Maybe not as loud, but yeah, there's been a few.
Maybe not as loud and not as frequent, but they're still there.
I think so. If we're talking about financial track record versus like creative track record, that's a different conversation. That's a different conversation. Anyway, Chris, that's hilarious. That's really funny. All right, so Cameron here came in and says, "Did you talk about Jimmy Olsen and the Gorilla Grodd show and V for Vendetta show?" I haven't talked about them, but now's a good time to kind of get these topics quickly done. So, the Jimmy Olsen show, which I still can't believe is happening, does not have Superman or Lois in it. I think it's called DC.
Wait, no
Crime.
Lois Lane?
Is it called DC Crime? I think that's the name of it, right? DC Crime.
Is it because the Daily Planet staff just didn't really get that much to do in the movie? Is that the only reason why that's happening?
I've been a big cheerleader for like doing stuff like this, but like you're saying, Jake, I don't know. I have no clue. Like, I don't know like what this show is going to be or what it's supposed to be, or like I have no idea. And obviously Superman's not going to be in it, but classically in the Jimmy Olsen comics, Superman and Lois showed up in those comic books.
I just think Jimmy Olsen's a very outdated character, honestly. I could go my entire life without a series about him.
Well, I don't know.
I like Jimmy, and I like seeing him in Superman movie, but I for sure thought we would have gotten something Mr. Terrific before Jimmy Olsen.
Is it actually DC Crime Short Car? I think that's the name of it. I think it is DC Crime. I'm pretty sure that's the name of the series. Also, Gorilla Grodd show. I didn't see much about that, so I don't really know all the details. Anybody know anything else about the Gorilla Grodd?
First I've heard of it.
That Jimmy Olsen thing is called DC Crime.
Yeah, awful name.
Terrible name. By the way, I did not realize until going back and looking at Jimmy's actor in that movie. If you go back all the way to 2012, the actor who played Jimmy in Superman is one of George Stacy's children in The Amazing Spider-Man.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's one of the kids at that table. I did not realize that at all.
Chat, I just need you to do this. Drop a flame emoji if you want to see a Jimmy Olsen show, and drop a wave emoji if you don't. Flames if you do, wave emoji if you don't. I don't really have an interest in it. I will watch it for the sake of the show here, but as of right now, just the idea, the concept of it doesn't really have me excited. So
I'm intrigued. I miss Mr. Terrific. I miss the Justice Gang.
Yeah.
Oh, that kind of wave. I thought you meant like a hand wave.
No.
Apparently other people did too.
It's fine. It both works. So yeah, so Harrison here says I'll probably watch it, but I don't need it. No, I'm not saying it doesn't. I don't like the concept of who asked for this. Like that, I don't typically use that kind of verbiage. So if people want to see it, that's absolutely fine. I'm talking about just general like personal interest in it. Stray Beans here said DC Crime. Is that a sequel to The Wire? You think so?
I want you to let the word out. We back up.
Do we need more DC projects that are loosely, influenced by stuff that happened in The Wire? Because that already happened with multiple Arrowverse projects.
I would say when we talk about individual DC projects, what I was hoping for, maybe this is just my personal feelings on this, I was hoping for like looking into the corners of DC and finding niche characters that you can tell a story about that doesn't connect to the greater universe. Jimmy Olsen is directly connected to Superman. Like he's a character that's directly in contact with Superman and Lois Lane and the Daily Planet. And you're going to do a show about him that's not going to include those characters at all?
Tell a prequel story about, like some of those characters on the mural or something. Like do that. That's not entirely connected. That's just a bit of world building.
I don't know.
Easy to do.
I was hoping for like maybe a series about The Question or something like that. You know what I mean? Like something like that would be a lot.
Oh boy.
Question. You guys know who I'm thinking. I mean, like there are a lot of different things you could do.
No, but The Question would be a good like TV series.
Yeah,
I've been saying that. I've been saying it.
I'm surprised that they didn't. I'm surprised that they haven't done anything with him because, especially through all of that different, stuff on CW. I feel like that would have been an easy character to bring. Like they even mentioned his city multiple times. So, but like they could do something with.
Yeah, Staggermore. Etrigan the Demon would be good. I would watch that for sure.
Oh, yeah.
My issue with the way James Gunn is running things is he's waiting for pitches instead of like mandating scripts. So what I'm saying here is like, if he wanted to do a show about The Question, he could say, we want to do this show. Who wants to write it? Give me like, who wants to come in and do this show or whatever, instead of just waiting for people to turn scripts in. I don't like that.
Just pitch it around. Be like, who's interested in crime noir, thriller? You like Hitchcock? You like this? Yeah. What if we give you the keys for this character and this type of vibe and the DCU?
Right.
Who wants to work?
And right,
Wesley Dodds Sandman.
I love that.
Right, and like, well, he could just throw out like a general thing and be like, hey, like, who wants to do, like some sort of like MMA boxing story type movie? Like, hey, you get this one. Who wants to do like a detective, based story with maybe a little bit of supernatural elements here? You do this one. Who wants to do one about a guy who possesses people's bodies? All right,
I agree.
You do this one. It's like, come on.
I agree with Anthony too. I think a Question TV show would have been better than Jimmy Olsen for sure.
I love that. That y'all know how much I feel about The Question. Like, again, stuff like, listen, I love my soups. I love all that stuff. I love sci-fi. I also like crime noir. I love noir, and so like. Right, I think tomorrow or this week, Dynamite Entertainment is putting out a paperback called Green Hornet, Miss Fury. And if you know a history about comics and like pulp,
Yeah.
those are as pulpy as it gets characters. And like, I also want that. That's a good. If you really want to have range in your universe, that's how you do range. You do soups. You do no grounded noir. You do space. You do mythology. Like that levels all the corners of entertainment. And then you could do meta stuff, non-meta stuff, like Animal Man. Like there's so much stuff you can do that feels unique. And listen, all that stuff fits in the same universe, and one doesn't feel like the other.
Yeah,
Like, it's right there.
I just want to hit on the points that Harrison and Chris brought up, because like you guys know that's my character, but there's a reason why I feel like it would be so like I think beneficial to do a show around that character. You could have it tied to other characters in the world, because of course Ted Grant's of course famous for training a lot of those characters like Black Canary. He's gone toe to toe with Batman, and like just people, because from what we've seen in DCU so far, you're bringing in people like, obviously Hal Jordan is an older one and John Stewart's a younger one. So if you're bringing in some people that are kind of in that same contemporary line, I guess if you want to call it, you can have him be kind of your what's the word catalyst, I guess, for what brings a lot of those kind of fledgling heroes into the light. That could be that role, but you can also tell a good story about him and again fill out the world a little bit more. And like we were talking about with Predator Badlands earlier, you could do it for cheap budget. You could make a lot. You could tell a good story. You wouldn't cost that much, because a lot of it would be practical, and you could put all the money on the screen. It would be pretty cost effective, and you would just be filling out the wider narrative a lot more.
I'm sorry, I was just thinking about Omega and I were playing Final Fantasy 14 the other night, and we spent like an hour in a really easy dungeon.
Oh boy!
Because we were playing with somebody that was so bad. I don't know what made me think of it. I was just thinking about it while I was sitting here. I was like,
terrible gear. They didn't know what they were doing. But anyway, reason why I got my face so close to the camera. I was saying something, but I was muted. Where is my Nubia show or movie?
Yeah. Yep.
Where? It's time. It's 2025. DC. It's time.
Yeah. No, I agree. We had
Deanna though, because I don't like. I never really thought what's her name was that good.
We had a member chat from
Anthony, good in the first movie,
who has been a channel member for 62 fucking months.
Somebody else.
Thank you so much. I would have turned The Authority into a TV show. I agree. I think The Authority would have been a good show. It's like the Justice League flipped on its head. I would have totally watched that. For sure, 100%.
I mean, it would be kind of like the Elite if they were ever brought in, basically.
Yeah.
Oh no, Chris, I get it. Now, I didn't see it as a diss or anything. I was just kind of giving it a mention and just giving a general broad pitch as to why it would be a good thing to do.
Yeah,
because they already included it on the mural, so the character exists or existed.
Let's see. Lone Wolf posted something here. Okay, so this is the stuff from let's see, open link.
Be careful if you open that link.
Yeah, I know. It's the stuff from Sean Chandler. I had to go find it. Lone Wolf, are you still in the chat? I don't even know if you're still here or not. Let me look here. Attachment on this one. We'll if he's still in the chat, I'll pull it up and we'll talk about it. All right. I've got it open in a tab just in case. Just in case he's still around. I know sometimes he has to run off and take care of stuff. Well, Stray Beans, the other issue is the engineer has already been introduced in a movie. And we know the engineer is a big part of the Authority comic book. And so I'm a little bit curious on how you would make that version of the character work with the Authority, for sure. All right, so here was the exchange between Sean and Yellow Flash that I was looking for that I couldn't find.
Shouldn't we just call this guy the reverse Sean?
Yeah, make this larger here by doing this.
God, I'm blind.
That's okay. I just had to pop out the screen there. Flash goes Predator Badlands, PG-13, romance, and no blood. There's no romance in the movie. And the reason why it's PG-13 is because we talked about it earlier. The blood in the movie is alien blood, so it's not red
Yes,
blood.
that weird green phosphorus stuff. And
Yeah.
even the scent, her blood is white. So.
Yeah, so that it doesn't have to be rated R. Overly praised by critics. Then Sean Chandler goes, the movie has plenty of blood. It's just not red. The first 10 minutes, an arm and head are physically chopped off. The spines of beasts are ripped out. Creatures are exploded to blood and part. There's a lot of that in the movie. Like, there's so much. This isn't even spoilers. There's just tons of this. But they're alien beasts, so their blood isn't red, so it can be a PG-13. And then over here, he responds with, the critics are coming out hard to defend the Disney Princess Predator movie. That's not even addressing what he said.
Well, if they're defending the movie, that doesn't mean that it's good.
It says here, you said the movie has no blood. That is false. If you want to criticize the movie for being about a predator making friends, I won't defend the movie because that's true. Yeah, I mean, like, you said it had no blood and it was full of romance, which both of those things are a lie.
And then you jump to the asinine point when you're disproven.
Yeah.
I mean, when a male Yacha and a female Yacha get together, throw each other around, and then they get together.
Grace, look, even if she said
that's romance.
And then you make someone even weaker than Yamcha.
I think the issue here is that I don't know what Grace said exactly, so I'm not going to address that claim specifically. But I need to tell you guys, there's no love story in the movie at all. None at all. Remotely. There's no hint of it. Because first and foremost, the humans are synthetics. And there's no other interaction with the predator in this movie other than family.
Yeah.
So unless we're talking about like having a relationship with an indigenous creature, which if you see this planet, you would know that's just not something that's going to happen. There couldn't be romance in the movie. It's not even an established part of it. So,
yeah, there's friendship, there's bond and whatnot, but like I didn't see the romance. I mean, if they want to explore that later on down the road, that'd be fucking metal.
General love and romance are two different things.
Right.
Two different things.
Guys,
that'd be metal as fuck. Yacha on a synthetic. I'm like, what the fuck is that about?
It's not even a spoiler because I'm telling you something that isn't in the movie. Like it's not in the film.
Y'all. It's not. So if you're looking for soap opera in terms of like romance stuff, you're gonna miss it. Go watch X-Men.
Yeah.
Wait. As soon as I put my headphones back on, that's the first word I hear.
All right, so before we move into anything else, just want to give a shout out to where we're at on our goals. We have 13 minutes left in the Debunks channel to hit the goal. We are 3 out of 5, and if you guys want me to go after some chuds that you pick, we have to hit the goal. We're 2 super chats away. $2 would hit the goal over there because it's $1. It's a $1 is the level, right? The 4 options are going to be Snarky J, It's a Gundam, which is highly requested, for Vengeance, and Yellow Flash. Right now, It's a Gundam is winning. So if you want to see me make a video about It's a Gundam, the only way it's going to happen is if we can make $2 more in super chats on the Debunks channel. Just so you guys know. And we are 7 out of 10 on the Reloaded channel with about 40 minutes to go on that one. So we'll wait on that one to see where we are in a bit. We only got 12 minutes left in the Debunks channel. Right now, favorite superhero suits ever is winning. And I will say for that one, people might want to have pictures ready if you want to show off the ones that you like. So
whichever one wins going to be for Monday.
Yeah.
Or
Thursday. Eric, are Pop Culture Crisis chuds or grift? They're not chuds, but they're definitely grifters. they're definitely trying to make money off of outrage.
Aren't those the same thing? Kidding.
Yeah, no. This is like the grifters are just saying shit. I don't believe any of them actually watched the movie. Well, the difference is that grifters are willing to sell you lies to make money. Chuds are just idiots on the internet that complain about women and diversity and all that shit.
And they will admit that they're lies. They will admit that what they're selling you is a load of horse shit.
A lot of times they will. All All right. So with that being said, we are at the 2 hour and 15-minute mark, which means we need to get started on our list. Has everybody made their list?
Are we doing 5 or 3?
First of all, who's participating? It has to be at least 3 people.
Okay.
I could do it, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Omega, are you doing it?
Yeah, sure.
So the list we're doing tonight is top 5 cliffhangers in movies or TV shows.
Oh.
And
I got some ideas. Let me get up.
they can be your favorites or your least favorites, but they have to be unresolved cliffhangers. So not cliffhangers that led from one movie to another or TV shows. Unresolved cliffhangers that either you hate or unresolved cliffhangers that you like because you wanted to see more, essentially.
I have a pick, and I wonder if we're gonna have an argument about it or
not. Stray Beans, so funny. Getting us to 4 out of 5 on the Debunks channel. Keep the change, you filthy animal. There we go. Yeah, I'm trying to grift hard, Stray Beans. Come on, leave my grifting alone. Let's see. I'm going to give you guys a moment on this one. The V for Vendetta show. I don't know how they're going to do a show based on V for Vendetta, unless it's just a complete reboot of the.
This could be for anything.
Movies, TV shows, cartoons, any cliffhanger that was unresolved that you either liked or disliked.
All right.
I feel like V for Vendetta has to be basically a reboot of the movie. It can't be like a continuation.
Well, I haven't read the graphic novel, so I don't know if the comic book series, if it's long like Watchmen. If it is, then you have space with TV to fully flesh it out.
Yeah, I mean, I think they could.
Yeah,
we could do that. So,
but I'm pretty sure this would probably be an Elseworlds thing.
Yeah, I don't know. And also, let me look up the information on it while you guys are doing your list here. Let's see. V for Vendetta. What details do we have about it? Let me share my screen. V for Vendetta TV series is currently in development at HBO. James Gunn, Peter Safran, and Chad King of DC Studios will executive produce, as well as Ben Stevenson. Pete Jackson is attached to write the series adaptation. So it is going to be an adaptation of the graphic novel.
I'm intrigued.
Really
Alan Moore's excited, but I'm intrigued.
Yeah. Stray Bean says, just set V for Vendetta show in modern day America. Oh my God.
That is also adequate. I think that would make sense.
This I can get behind, though. I feel like this is a good little a jump over the line for what we're getting from DC. You know what I mean?
Again, DC is so much more like we haven't even like tipped the vertical stuff. You can do so much with DC. You know, the Commandy, fucking, it's so good.
Chevany says V for Vendetta could not be more timely and topical. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cameron says there's more information on the Jimmy. What more? Like, I'll be honest, Cameron. I just don't really give a shit about Jimmy. I mean, I know that sounds awful, but I just don't. Like, I'm not interested in it unless they're going to tell me. Hold on, let me look this up.
Eric gives less of a shit about Jimmy Olsen than Zack Snyder gave.
Let me just double check here. So it is going to center around Jimmy Olsen. Big surprise. The working title is DC Crime. The team behind it is the creators of American Vandal. I never saw that. Jimmy Olsen. Here's the show's concept. I guess this is what people wanted to talk about. Jimmy Olsen and other journalists at the Daily Planet investigate metahuman superpowered crimes. The tone is more investigate, procedural, even comedic. Oh God.
Can I get in line now to not see it?
I hate to be one of these folks that like Debbie down something. This just doesn't sound good to me at all. There's nothing about this that sounds good to me. I'm sorry. There's just not. Like, Jimmy Olsen investigating stuff and not having any connection to Lois or Clark at all when they work in the same fucking office in the same building. And Gorilla Grodd, this is not the Gorilla. So the Gorilla Grodd show is not a show. He's the main villain of the series.
Of this?
Yes.
What the fuck is Jimmy gonna do?
That's all been
I was gonna say Jimmy's gonna be one of those corpses on a pike in the Picolistan vision.
Very rarely do I read something where I'm just like, fuck this. But this is one of those times. And I like the actor Skylar who's playing Jimmy Olsen or whatever.
Yeah, same.
He was in Righteous Gemstones, and I like that show. But I don't see how that's going to work. Look, that's probably why they want him for this, is because of the fact that it is something they can work into like their normal HBO rotation. You know, it makes sense for that. It's probably very low budget for them, super easy for them to put out. But something like The Question would be low budget for them as well, and they could pull that off.
And actually,
with
a
this,
character people give a shit about.
Yeah.
Gorilla Grodd being the villain of the show.
Oh man.
I mean, listen, I like Grodd, and you know it, but why?
Will Grodd kidnap a certain president again? That was hilarious.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Or oh my Grodd, I should say.
My fellow Americans.
I just don't know.
Ugh.
I don't want to be, look, like I always say, I'll reserve my final thoughts after I see something, like a trailer or something like that, on how I feel about the show. But right now, my gut is telling me, fuck no, about the show. And by the way, I did read that they've not even officially greenlit it. It's still in like the early workshop stages.
Oh, I
So,
thought that it was greenlit.
according to, it says here, let me read this again though.
Has James confirmed it?
No, it says no official release date, episode count, or anything beyond Skylar and Gorilla Grodd. It's not confirmed if major characters like Clark or Lois will appear, but they say they won't in the articles. While many might say it's officially moving forward, DC Studios has not released full press materials confirming any details or any of the listings. Some of the narrative still comes from industry reporting and rumor. So,
Are you reading
Again,
up the
and listen,
article?
let me see where it came
I
from.
like Jimmy Olsen in the movie. Listen, I've said it. The Daily Planet bullpen, you could do
Yeah.
a limited series right there. All of them, not just Jimmy, all of them.
I'm pulling information from the Wrap and where's this other one? The Playlist. Those are the two places that I pulled it from. So I don't know. All right. Okay. So where are we at? All right, we got 2 minutes. I'm just only doing this because it's so close. 2 minutes and 30 seconds in the Debunks channel to get at least a 99-cent super chat to hit the goal. So if anybody's in there and wanted to donate $1 right now is your time to shine. Do we have something else over here? I thought somebody mentioned something that we didn't talk about before we get into this. Grodd versus Obama, round 2.
Ugh.
Reed says Flash better show up. I wouldn't expect Flash. I think that there's been irreparable harm done to Flash in the movies right now. So,
I mean, that's the good thing about there being multiple well-regarded Flashes. So even if there's been, irreparable damage, it'll take time to heal on Barry Allen's name. They still have Wally.
yeah. Lone Wolf here with a $5 super chat, making it 8 out of 10 on the Reloaded channel. Funny how Hideo Kojima praises Predator Badlands, but none of the chuds are calling him out in videos.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
But blast other people praising it weird. No, it's because whenever he says something they agree with, they'll mention it. Whenever he says something they disagree with, they ignore it. Look, I just want to be very honest with you guys. I do believe that movies and art are subjective, but the issue with Predators that I'm having is that all of the complaints are about things that are not occurring in the movie. Like the whole girl boss thing doesn't exist in the movie. And without spoiling it,
How's she a girl boss when half of her body is... No, go ahead.
you hit the nail on the head though. Like essentially she's being led around by the predator. So there's no girl bossing in terms of that, right? So we don't have to worry about that. The romance thing doesn't exist. The feminization, whatever the fuck that means, doesn't exist. So those things aren't real. The overly comedic Disney shit doesn't exist. So I don't know.
Like what? There was no comedy in the Alien movies, like at all, ever.
Well, it's not even that. It's the fact that this movie has maybe 5 jokes in the entire movie.
Yeah, like the original Alien.
At the most. At the most,
Right.
because the Predator only makes one, and it's not. I'm not going to tell you what it is. He makes one sarcastic comment in the movie. The rest of the humor comes from everybody else, specifically like one character. So I don't even know what the hell that's supposed to mean. Staggervore swinging in on the Reloaded channel to hit our goal with 2.99 super chats. So we have hit the goal on Reloaded channel. The timer ran out over on the Debunks channel, but if somebody does donate $1 over there, I'll still count it.
Guys,
before we end the
YouTube is
stream.
killing this channel.
Yeah, it's shadow banning me.
Due to these candid conversations that we have about woke stuff.
I was waiting for Omega to say it, but he just didn't. So I was like, all right,
I was busy. I was like, what was another movie that
Where the hell is Barry Allen or Wally West for Grodd? I mean, that's the issue. Is I'm just concerned. Like, why are we're doing Grodd without the Flash at all? Like,
give the Flash like an Arcane style animated show.
all right, let's
Even though I hate Arcane. I mean, yeah, it's a great. Well, there's the reasons I hate Arcane, because I absolutely fucking hate League of Legends with a passion that burns brighter than 1,000 suns. The actual show, it's great show. I can't stand it because it's League of Legends. F that game.
Fair enough. I'm not saying and then like the show structure, just the way Arcane looks. Like
Yeah, the animation style. Yeah, it's really good actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I got my 5.
Yep, same here.
Ooh, for Zatanna, yeah, that'd be great too.
Yeah. I know people keep fan casting what the fuck's her name from Riverdale. People keep fan casting her to play Zatanna. I can't fucking remember the character's name, let alone the actress.
Are there any One Piece fans in here?
No, not really.
I would say because they just announced Cholo Maridueña is playing this like big character.
Oh,
So it's
yeah.
like I'm like, woo.
Oh, the
did see
Netflix
that.
show? The Netflix One Piece?
I think so, yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. Actually, that's like a really good adaptation.
here we go. We're going.
I've heard that as well.
We're going to spin the wheel
Oh god.
now.
Sorry, but please not her. Please not her. Ugh.
So tonight, there's no curveballs during the actual list tonight. We're going to skip that because we are already 2 hours and 30 minutes into the stream. But there are curveballs on the wheel. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, hey, I'm off
So
tonight.
Ugh.
I'm hoping I don't get screwed last week like I did last week, where I only got 2 picks. Because I had like 7 or 8 things I wanted to mention. So the list tonight is cliffhangers that were unresolved. Your top 5 favorites for whatever reason, favorites or least favorites. It's just cliffhangers you want to mention. So
Is it? I hope mine are obscure enough.
Yeah, same.
all right, here we go. All right. Oh, by the way, the emojis tonight are fire for good, wave for bad. We're just going to keep it the same. Fire is good, waves are bad. Oh,
Oh!
oh, okay. Pretty good.
That was a clincher.
Oh, oh, wow.
God damn
Wow,
it.
all right. Well, we got rid of the spin again. So
Ugh. Someone throwing out fire already. No one's done anything yet.
who's first?
Jake.
All right, we don't have to move Jake. All right. I'm hoping it doesn't land on me at all, and we just get all the picks out of the way. Oh. Ah.
You
Okay.
had to open your mouth, didn't you?
So this is the best. Look, if I'm going to get a negative, this is the best negative because it's still 4 picks. As long as it doesn't land on any of my other ones before we get the lineup done, we're good.
No, Chris, I'm not exactly a fan of her.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
You were very lucky right there.
Almost got me together there. All right. So now we have, it has to land on Omega or it could really fuck me because whatever the last one is what I get. And I've got 4 right now. So
Yep.
no,
Oh!
this is the same fucking thing that happened to me last week. I could still get 3 back though.
I mean, look, I know Omega's the last letter of the Greek alphabet, but come on.
I can still get 3 back.
You could.
Oh
Finally. Well,
no, I'm stuck with fucking 2 again. That's what I got last time.
When you open your mouth, bad things happen, Eric.
I even did spin again to try and offset like the bad choices.
You did spin again twice.
Yeah, I was trying to like help my shit out, like so I wouldn't land on 2. All right.
2 spin agains equals 2 choices, I guess.
All right. So with that being said, I will go last. I only get 2 options anyway. So we're gonna go. We have the correct order. We're gonna go clockwise here. So I know, Eric. I feel like it is. I think that Jake is doing something over there. So I don't know what it is, but I feel like Jake knows something. All right. So with that being said, Jake, we're gonna start out with you. Go ahead and give your cliffhanger and the reason why, and I'm going to be right back.
All right. So first one I'm going to go over. This one may or may not be on other people's list. I don't know. I might be the only one that's pulling from this. Is a scene where I like the scene itself. We were teased with the possibility of more just because of the nature of the ending of this movie. And for my first choice here, I'm going to say the ending with the whole nightmare sequence, if you will, from Zack Snyder's Justice League, where you got that whole, cliffhanger of the essentially Injustice Superman and that, whole desolate wasteland world, and then the whole tease of, Jean at the end saying, hey, Darkseid is coming. There was definitely a lot more that was going to be played out there in future Justice League installments. Of course, we never got to see any of it. The scene itself I actually liked, and I'm frustrated that we never got to see, the extent of it, because, yeah, I had my issues with that universe, but I still would like to see what the initial or what the full story was going to end up being. So, yeah, that's my first one. I know not everybody liked that continuity, but I would have liked to see what we would have gotten, if nothing else, because it means I would have gotten more Affleck as Batman. So, yeah. All
right. You're getting a lot of fire, but Stray Beans gave you a Weddy, it looks like.
Uh-oh.
A Weddy?
I don't know what a Weddy is, but it looks like water, so I call it a Weddy. Wrong wave again. Sorry. That was really funny. All right. What's up, Ronan? What is your first choice?
I'm going to go with John Carpenter's The Thing.
I was thinking about that one. Yeah.
It is one of my top 3 favorite cliffhanger endings in cinema. Hopefully I can make the other 2 on the list, but it is just brutal, frenzy, and perfect, in my opinion. And I know there's an announcement not too long ago, but I'm really hoping that doesn't come to fruition, as much as I love John Carpenter. But I'm going to go with the classic John Carpenter's The Thing.
Okay. All right. With that being said, Omega, what is your first one?
This one's actually from a video game.
Ooh.
It never. I never played it myself, but I had a lot of my friends played it. Especially another good friend of mine knew from high school. He played it a lot. He was so pissed off that it never got a sequel. Mega Man just left on the moon and has been there for the past 25 years.
Yeah.
Wasn't there like a spiritual successor to that made by the same people that did it? That's what I
was
heard.
terrible. Yeah, it was bad.
What was it called?
I forgot.
Yeah, damn, I forgot the name too.
It's like I could see the images in my mind. I do not, for the life of me, remember what it was
I
called.
can't think of it.
It wasn't Mighty Number 9.
No,
because I know that was trying to be a Mega Man.
yeah, that was
successor.
trying to be. Damn it, I forget.
Was
the
it
name.
Mighty Number 9?
Was it?
That's what Dark's saying. It might have been Mighty Number, like another one of those type of games that they were trying to make but never did.
Ronan might be switching to PC.
Yeah, I think that's
Okay.
what he's doing.
But yeah, that's my first one, Mega Man Legends.
Okay.
Poor Mega Man still stuck on the moon to this day.
Yeah. All right. With that being said, Jake, you are up next.
So my number 2 here. This is coming from. There we go. Coming off of an animated show here for the second one. This is a show from the 2000s that I wanted to last a lot longer than it did. It ended with what is, I think, probably the single best episode of the series. And yeah, was teasing a lot more that we never got. And I'm going with the Spectacular Spider-Man.
Oh.
That ended with a big reveal with the identity of the Goblin. It probably sounds obvious, but the way that they go about that whole mystery, honestly, over the course of the entire show, I love how they played it out there. Everything that gets revealed, just you see everything play out. Everything really over the course of the entire series up to that point ties together. And then, you think that something has happened to the Goblin, and then in the very last frame of the episode, they reveal that, he is like, they reveal that he is, still alive, alive and well and in hiding. And right as soon as they reveal it, cuts to black and the credits start rolling. And I remember watching that, and then I found out it was canceled, and that was just depressing because they ended on such a damn good episode, and then it was never resolved. Yes, you saw that Spider-Man in Across the Spider-Verse, but you never really knew much of what happened.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm going with that one.
All right. Are you back with us, Ronan?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's weird. I don't know what the hell happened. I just got notifications of like StreamYard is in Mars now. I was like, what the fuck?
That's the thing that does the extra screens for shorts.
Fucking weird.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it's not working right. But go ahead.
I'm gonna go with another cinematic masterpiece, in my opinion.
Oh, damn it. I think he's got to.
Oh, we'll see. I'm gonna go with Frank Darabont's The Mist.
Okay. No.
It's based on a Stephen King novella. It's a little town. Something's happening. A mist appears, and people get stuck in a grocery store. And then stuff happens. And then towards the end of the movie, some very sad, depressing stuff happens. And then it ends. And I remember going like, what the fuck? Like, it was one of the best experiences ever of watching a movie, but I literally was, my jaw was on the floor for like half an hour. And I was just like, what did I just watch?
No.
And if you haven't seen it, please don't go looking for it. Just go for the spoiler. Just go watch the movie and experience it, because it is magic.
Okay. All right, Omega, what is your next choice?
What happened to Judy from Family Matters? Like, she did. I'm kidding now.
I would have accepted that because that was unresolved.
Yeah, she just went upstairs, never came down. There was like had like 5, never came down. She like went to go do porn. Like,
Oh my god.
It's a completely valid answer, though.
no,
It
but,
is.
actually, my actual answer is Across the Spider-Verse. When's that next movie coming out?
Oh.
Yeah.
'Cause we got a massive cliffhanger there, and it's like, we gotta wait how long for the next movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right,
what
Jake,
happens.
what is your third choice?
So my third choice is one that is also just a cinematic treasure, in my opinion. I am gonna go with, and maybe people saw this coming, and I'm going with Christopher Nolan's Inception.
Oh, nice.
Of course, the way the ending of that film plays out, you have Cobb and the whole spinning top, and before the spinning top can either fall to the ground or continue spinning, cuts to black and the credits start rolling. So you're left to wonder whether or not Cobb is in reality or not. And honestly, that whole movie just takes you on a massive mind trip. And I just love the way that it comes together. It's really caused some debate among viewers for the past decade and a half now that it's been out. And yeah, absolutely love that film to bits. Again, don't go look for just that one scene like Ron was talking about with The Mist. Go watch the entire movie and you'll see how it builds up to that. So yeah, that's what I'm going with.
All right. Ronan, what is your third choice?
I'm gonna go with one that, again, this might be the one where people might argue or not, but back in before Avatar, before the MCU, before Star Wars, there was a franchise that just started off with one movie, and that one movie ended on a big ass cliffhanger for back in the day, and I think it still is kind of shocking. I'm gonna go with 1968 Planet of the Apes.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have visited the site where that was filmed. I still feel the legacy of that ending, and that's another one that, even if you're not a sci-fi fan, just go experience that, and then just be like, oh shit, the realization of what the. I love going back and watching documentaries of people's experience with movies back in the day, and I would like to see how people felt about that ending, because it is as Twilight Zone-y as it gets, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, it's now that I'm thinking about it, it does feel like just a big long 2.5 hour Twilight Zone episode.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think they're just some astronauts landed on another planet? Nope, it was Earth all along.
Spoilers. But yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah, for a 50-year-old movie.
right.
No, almost a 60-year-old movie.
Yeah, 60. Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah, in 3 years it'll be 60.
I love Planet of the Apes though.
Yeah.
Such a great
Not
movie.
all of it, even the new ones. I still love the new ones. They're even
Same.
All right, Omega, you're up.
Yeah, I don't think
this is actually another TV series. Quantum Leap. He never made it back.
I was wondering if someone was going to bring that one up.
Even when they rebooted it back in 2022, they never concluded it.
Nope.
Captain Jonathan Archer is still floating with Jonathan. It's the same actor. He's still floating in the time stream.
All right.
Yeah, they never resolved that.
Jake, what is your number 2?
So I am going with one of my favorite films ever made, and actually my favorite film from this specific director. This is a film I've praised on multiple occasions in the past, but I've never really talked about its ending. I'm going with John Carpenter's In the Mouth of Madness. And that is just a very meta movie on its own, and you have the I don't want to spill too heavy into it, because it's another one of those movies that I want people to really watch for themselves and experience the ending and see if they can make sense of it, because you have the main character John Trent, that's the character Sam Neill plays. He realizes that he's a character in a movie, despite being, despite his main goal is trying to, write, essentially, trying to be a writer, essentially. Yet he realizes he's a film character, and he's left screaming in a theater. So it's you're really wondering what's real and what's not. And the scene kind of suggests at the end that he becomes this just psychotic nut, and it cycles back to where the movie began. And I absolutely love that. I remember the first time I sat down and watched the movie, just during that last 5 minutes when everything just unravels. I remember just reaching my hands to my head because my brain hurts so much just trying to figure out what happened. So yeah, had to give that movie credit where credit is due.
All right. And so that brings us to Ronan for your number 2 or your number 4 choice, I should say.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with a modern film, and it's a film that I remember loving the movie, and then being shocked by the end, and I was like, I dig this. And I remember seeing it like either the first time or second time with my dad and my sibling, and the three of us dug it, the ending, and we the lights go up and we hear the auditorium going, "Ah, come on!" And I was like, "Really?" And I'm gonna go with The Gray.
Ah, okay.
Liam Neeson, I think Frank Grillo, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
It's a dude who
Everyone's favorite Frank Grillo.
Yeah. That movie, it's before Revenant. That was the thing that was like going the distance with snow and nature, and how do you feel at the end of it when you have no meaning in living. And the way that movie ends is so beautiful and like punk rock. And again, I won't spoil it, but it just, I dug it as a kid, and I still dig it.
It's free on Tubi and Pluto if anyone wants to go watch it.
Yeah,
watch that and nothing else on Tubi.
Yeah.
Hey, man, Tubi's got some good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, Omega, what's your 4th choice here?
District 9.
Ooh,
nice.
Good.
Nice
Never
choice.
concluded that
Good
they were supposed to make District 10, but they
Yeah.
never did.
I think even up until like a couple years ago, they were still supposedly working on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was supposed. Yeah, Neil Blomkamp was supposed to be making the Halo movie too, but that ended up turning into the show, and then we saw how that turned out.
Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah, dude got turned into one of those aliens, and that was it.
Yeah.
Ah.
All right. Well, that brings us to Jake. What is your final choice?
So I was kind of going back and forth on this one just because there's really a lot of options more than just 5 that you can include on here. I'll go with one that everybody here likely knows. And we were definitely going to get more installments to this had this film, not been a bit of a financial failure and just hated by like 85% of its audience.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna go with Green Lantern.
Wow.
You see Sinestro don the yellow ring at the end, you're thinking, oh wait, we're setting him up as the villain for part 2. And then nothing ever fucking happened.
Yeah.
did not expect that.
I wanted to subvert expectations with that one because there were others that like maybe pissed me off more, but they were kind of deeper pulls, and I feel like I'd be the only one that knew what I was referring to there. So I kind of just wanted to pull one that maybe people wouldn't expect, but they would know. Right. So I remember just being frustrated, and because like I was thinking after I saw that, I was like, okay, well they're setting something up there, and then turns out, nope, they're not. So.
All right, Ronan, what is your last choice?
I'm gonna go with television.
Okay.
This show I really dug. It wasn't the best, in my opinion, out of the bunch that was being put out at the time. But it did lead up to a culminating event, which I like. It's not great. And this character, this season that ended off, and that was it, the show got canceled. It ended up in a way I was going, what the fuck? Where are we going? And we never got a resolution to it. And who knows? Maybe someday we'll get a resolution. But as a whole show, I don't know if we'll get to tackle that. I'm going to go with the finale of Luke Cage season 2.
Ooh.
Yeah.
They set that up so well, but then it just...
Yeah.
I'm so glad you picked that one because one on my list is another one that we'll talk about here in a second. But
anyway. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It literally went full Michael Corleone on Luke Cage. Yeah. And even again, this when you have to realize that when the show was coming out, I forget his friend's name from the barbershop, but at one point he addresses him as a black Donald Trump, and it's like, whoa! I remember being like, what the fuck? And yeah, it literally ends like The Godfather ends, and I've always been like, what the fuck happened to that? And hopefully one day I can meet my coach and be like, listen, I don't know if you're gonna come back or not. I don't know if you're gonna tackle that, but like, where would you have gone with that?
Actually, someone asked them that some interview I remember he was saying he kind of like gave like a non-answer. He was kind of like, well, you see that they have he was like, you see Charlie Cox came back for the Daredevil, and they got somebody else that
They got Kristen Ritter coming back.
Yeah, get Kristen Ritter back for Jessica Jones. He was kind of like, yeah, what do you think? So he kind of like gave like an answer.
Yeah.
He was like,
Yeah.
maybe not.
We might see it.
Yeah, you might see it.
But as of right now, it is a unresolved cliffhanger.
Yeah, right. Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. So with that being said, before I get to say two things, Omega, what is your final choice here?
Well, my final answer was going to be The Thing, but someone stole that.
Not bad.
That's all right. Pirates of Darkwater.
Ooh. Deep fucking
Amazing
Damn,
90s cartoon.
That's a pull. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's a pull. Yeah, I love that show as a kid. They never completed it.
It was a different type of show. I don't think we've ever had anything quite like it since that show.
Really, no.
There was talk like around I want to say around like 2010, 2015. There was talk about trying to bring it back, but nothing came of it.
And honestly, don't think you've had a show like that since.
No, not at all. All right, so before we look at our super chats and see what you guys selected on both channels, I'm going to give my two, even though I had some really great options and nobody took any of mine. We're going to go and give my two. So my first one is to piggyback off of Ronan's Iron Fist season 2. I wanted to see a Daughters of the Dragon storyline with Misty and Colleen because it was leading toward what I think was going to be a really good fucking season where you had Danny trying to get the Iron Fist powers back, which is a story in the comics, which they could have done. And you still have Colleen and Misty as Daughters of the Dragon protecting the city and going on adventures. I wanted that for season 2.
Yeah, I wanted that so bad.
Yeah, same here.
And we didn't get it. But as was being said before about all of this, unresolved for now doesn't mean unresolved forever because we know we're getting some of these characters back.
Dude, you should have seen me, dude. Man, I was like, when that got canceled and I discovered the Daughters of the Dragon, I remember making somewhere, I forgot, I might have lost it, but I remember making like a fake trailer using the Enter the Dragon theme. And it's like, all right, or I think it was either that or the Rush Hour theme. And like, it fits perfectly for Colleen and Misty.
And my final choice is a series of sci-fi shows that I loved that I know a lot of people don't really talk about anymore because they haven't gone back to visit this universe. But it started out as a movie and then it became a pretty big popular TV show. And that is the Stargate universe. And I'm talking about Stargate Universe. The show Stargate Universe that ran from 2009 to 2011. They went into stasis. They were crossing between galaxies into the black void of space. And the show got canceled.
You know what? I feel so bad because like with Stargate Universe and with Lower Decks, I never gave it a chance until after it was canceled. And I was like, oh my God, this show's amazing.
Yeah.
And the same with Lower Decks. I didn't start watching Lower Decks until after they announced it was canceled. I was like, let me give the show a chance. Holy shit, this is the best Star Trek ever since.
Yeah, Lower Decks is great. But yeah, Stargate Universe, probably ahead of its time. I think Stargate Universe is one of those shows that was exploring a darker sci-fi element in TV. It was like the whole Battlestar Galactica thing and stuff was going on. I think Stargate Universe was ahead of its time for Stargate fans. I think if a show like that in the Stargate Universe was released today, it would be a massive hit. Yeah. It would be a massive success.
So I'll give this one a shout out because Darren's not here. I know he definitely would have said it if he was. I'll just say this: Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah, he would have definitely picked Legends of Tomorrow.
What a crappy hand they got dealt.
Yeah. All right. So before we announce the winners of the polls and we start looking at names, by the way, this is going to be everybody's last minute effort to get into the top 3. If you are in the Debunks channel or you're in the Reloaded channel, now is your time to run up your XP because we're going to be looking at the names here in a minute and I'm going to pick the top 3 from both channels. So if there's anything you ever wanted to do, super chat, super sticker, emoji wall, whatever it is you wanted to do, now is the chance for you to do it. Okay.
Right, XP.
Oh yeah.
Lone Wolf with the $5 super chat says this is his top 5. 5 is No Country for Old Ben. 4 is Inception with the spinning top. Yep. 3 is Infinity War.
I don't know if you really count that though, because it got resolved a year later.
Yeah.
2 is American Psycho, and 1 is Prisoners. So I'm not familiar with
American
Prisoners.
Psycho ended. I never only saw bits and pieces of American Psycho. That actually ended at a cliffhanger.
I can't.
It doesn't really resolve the story, really.
Yeah.
Like I said, I only saw bits and pieces of it. I had no idea.
Harrison, a member for 2 months, goes, worst would be Ant-Man Quantumania with Kang. Yeah. Best / worst is Firefly. Okay.
Yeah.
Firefly. God.
Yeah, I love Firefly.
Yeah, another series I never gave a chance until after it was canceled. Like, holy shit, this show's amazing.
Lone Wolf with another $2 super chat. Cliffhanger, I need a 90s Superman or Spider-Man sequel.
If you want the resolution,
If
you want the resolution, go watch X-Men 97 episode 10.
Well, there we go.
That's I gotta rewatch that.
Peter Parker and MJ show up there.
They sure do. That's right. It's kind of like, we see how does it lead up to that though?
Yeah.
True. Fair enough. All right. So right now, if you're still trying to get XP, you can chill because I'm going to announce the names of the people that have won in both channels for the night for XP. All right, shook up a little bit, but here we are. The top 3 in the Debunks channel who will be getting dropped into the giveaway are Columbia Rican, Tony Soprano, and Superior Nav here. So we put it. Superior Nav is getting, his name's going to be there 4 times. Or their name's going to be in there 4 times. So Rican and the Tony Soprano.
Not just any Tony Soprano, the Tony Soprano.
Yep. And for the Reloaded channel, we have in the list, we have Lone Wolf, who now is going to be entered into 2. We have Naruto, who is now going to be entered in for 2. And we have Harrison James in the list as well. So Harrison James. All right, so those are going to be the top 3s for tonight. Remember, I'm going to be doing this all month. So if you'd like to come in during any of the streams, take a look at the top fans XP bar to see what you can do to gain more XP, but it requires nothing to play. Just chatting and emotes is enough for you to contribute. If you look at the list, you'll see people with XP that have been present, dropping emojis and all that stuff. So thank you guys so much for that. Now let's look at both of the channels and see what we have picked. In the Debunks channel, you guys wanted me to talk about, let me end the poll.
Oh, no.
I will be doing a video next week on It's a Gundam. So that will be one of my topics for my video next week. Let me put that in here. People wanted me to talk about that channel for a while, so this will be a lot of fun.
There you go.
All right. And over here on the Reloaded channel, let's see what everybody picked over here. We're going to be doing top 5 favorite superhero suits ever.
Oh boy.
Now, the way that's going to work is if you want to provide pictures, we can do that. Like we'll be able to have them on your phone or your tablet, or if you want to share your screen or whatever, you can for those. That's what we've selected for tonight.
From the X-Men.
Huh? What was that, Omega?
80% of mine are gonna be from the X-Men.
Yeah, that's the name of a channel. It's a Gundam.
And 0% of them are going to be from the Bryan Singer X-Men.
Oh, absolutely not.
All right. With that being said, I want to thank everybody for hanging out tonight. For everybody in the chat, everybody who's chatted tonight, participated in the XP list. Everybody that super chatted, all the channel members, all the super chats, everything. Thank you guys so much for being here and taking part in all of this. I'm going to drop one more time into the chat the Discord. If you guys want to join, this is the updated Discord link. So if you want to join the Discord, click that link. If you would like to contribute to top super suit ever, Dr. Manhattan. If you want to contribute to the channel by getting some cool merch, head over to my shop at Shop Fourth Wall, and you can get your swag there, which includes, do I have it handy? It has the official I'm Bored merch. You can get it on a hat and a t-shirt. You can get your shield shirt. You can do a wellness check on people. All of that is over at the shop.
Actually, bro,
thank you
that's
so
a
much.
really good idea for that hat. Just a general statement. I'm bored is something that you constantly say. That,
Yeah.
Anyone can wear that anywhere.
Right.
Well, that's what I tell people. Is like let people know you're bored. Like you show up at somebody's house, you got
Mhm.
got your hat on, they know you're bored. Anyway, shout out to Jake. Jake's Lost Levels Sundays at 7 a.m. Eastern time.
7 a.m.
7 p.m. Eastern.
I'm not up that damn early on
I mean,
Sundays.
shoot, that's when I'm getting off work.
7 a.m. showing up over there. Of course, Roden in the house. Roden, what's going on over at your channel? What do you got going on right now?
Lady, I've just been dumping a bunch of anime reactions and reviews. I just dropped a manga review that you can go check out. I want a lot of eyes on those and just planning on stuff, man. Planning on stuff for Stranger Things, for Fallout, and we'll see. There's a lot of iron in the fire.
Okay, go check out Ronan's channel. And then Omega, you got anything going on, or are you just chilling?
Now that I got a computer back up and running again, I'm starting to output some more pics and stuff. I've been mostly posting on Threads and Blue Sky. Really don't post anything on Twitter anymore because fuck that place. And of course, DeviantArt. You can follow me there.
Early bird gets the worm for Jake. 7 a.m. stream. Come on, let's do it. Knock it out. Cameron says Danielle Nicolette said there were plans for season 10 of a 13-year-old Jenna and Cecile having powers but strong. Oh no.
Yeah, no,
Thank God that never happened. All right. With that being said, we're out of here. Everybody have a good night. We'll see you next time.